Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hey, good morning there, Diana. Welcome. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So if you're new, we're going to chant this mantra. There's a few mantras we chant, but this is one really beautiful one called Maha Mantra. Yeah, Maha Mantra for all you new people. Yeah, it's wonderful. It gets more and more amazing all the time. Been chanting it on and off for 40 years. Never get tired. Yeah, look forward to it every day. It's made my life fantastic, really. I mean, for me, subjectively, I really like my life. I really like this closeness I feel with Source, called by many names. Krishna, God, Christ. We need this. We're built for this. This is where life really gets nice and juicy. Okay, with no more further ado, introducing Lalita Ganga. She also likes to chant. Hare Krishna, Hare. She smiles a lot, laughs a lot too. It's an inside joke. Most of us are wondering, what's she laughing at? Doesn't matter. It's just nice to look at happy faces in the midst of draconian rulership. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, there she is, River. Welcome. Krishna, Hare Hare. Two beautiful ladies joining me here. That's great. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. They're Bhakti Hadis. Bhakti Hadis. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Yeah, anybody can come up here if they want, no problem. Yeah. See if you can get your camera working too. If you want, if you can, if you want. Or if you, yeah, whatever. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Make sure everybody mutes their mic because it doesn't work with the singing part. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Okay, let's try this here a little bit here. Let's try another tempo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Thanks for using.
Yes. Try to figure it out. Am I being used by Krishna or am I using Krishna? It's hard to know. It kind of feels so mutual, so communal. I feel like I'm in a commune with Krishna and Radha. Am I using them or are they using me? Are they playing the flute or am I playing the flute? I don't know. I don't care either. It just seems to be so right. So Vrindavanish, Vrindavanish. It's better than hellish, man, or even heavenish, Vrindavanish. Oh man, that's topmost, man. Vrindavan's the Garden of Eden explained. It's not just those two, Adam and Eve and God there. It's not just Adam and Eve and God. It's the garden and the snake. The three personalities and apples, maybe in the apple tree. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, let's see. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Lord Krishna shows the universal form within his mouth. Chapter 8, Canto 10. Shukadev Goswami said, O Maharaj Parikshit, the priest of the Yadu dynasty named Gardaka Muni. The priest of the Yadu dynasty, namely Gargamuni, who was highly elevated in austerities and penance, was inspired by Vasudeva to go see Nanda Maharaj at his home. When Nanda Maharaj saw Gargamuni present at his home, Nanda was so pleased that he stood up. He stood up to receive him with folded hands. Although seeing Gargamuni with his eyes, Nanda Maharaj could appreciate that Gargamuni was adokshaja. That is, he was not an ordinary person seen by material senses. Yeah, see, not an ordinary person seen by material senses. That's most of the world. See, we're all in Krishna, but he's not in us, so we're just ordinary persons seen by material senses. Well, not everybody. Are you awakened yet? Is that transcendental Lord inside you to such an extent that you know the truth and the truth has set you free? And oh boy, when you speak, man, your words penetrate, even awaken. People think, I never heard words. Like Nicodemus, he goes to listen to Jesus. And he goes back to his peers. Did he say anything new? No, but boy, when he spoke, penetration. I never heard things like this. Everything I read, I remembered, and I understood in a way that I never understood before. See, that's awakening. See, that's God speaking through you. That's better than that. If you're lucky, it's Krishna speaking through you. You know that, not just some God. See, you think, well, God's speaking through me. Oh, but when Krishna's speaking through you, oh, that's even more realized. It's the original personality of Godhead. See, this is a liberated family affair. Isn't that interesting how they teach the truth by stories? I love it. That was the order of Narada Muni to Vedavyas. Teach the absolute truth by storytelling. That's how we do it. We just pick up, and explain what he said. Why? Because something extraordinary is living inside us, and we can do it because of that. Penetrate. Otherwise, it's a ping pong game. People bouncing off each other. Yeah. When Gargamuni had been properly received as a guest and very confidentially seated, that too, very comfortably seated, Nanda Maharaj submitted with gentle and submissive words, "Dear sir, because you are a devotee, you are full in everything." Yeah. Oh, I like that. You see everything. You see, because you're a devotee, you're full in everything. See, perfect satisfaction. If you're a devotee, that means devotee of what? Devotee of the Maya? Well, that's what most people, that's why they're not full. They're empty. There's a certain level of realization, they realize that the world is empty and meaningless. But people don't believe that. They think the world is full of meaning, and it's not empty and meaningless. Why? Because they're full of the modes. See, they're full of everything inauspicious. See, that's why, when you start to get Krishna inside you, and Radha and Krishna, devotion to Krishna, dancing in your heart, and you realize this is the auspiciousness. This is real life. This is real auspiciousness. This is the big party that we've been looking for. Yeah. This is completeness. This is being full in everything. See, because you realize that you're full in realization. You realize, oh yeah, Krishna's everything. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to see Mother Yashoda looking into the mouth of Krishna. Oh yeah, everything's in there. Full in everything. Everything, we're in there. She says, even myself, I'm in there too. Oh yeah, everything. See? And everything is in you. See? That everything is Krishna, the supreme. That's why, hey man, you think it's just words? The supreme personality of Godhead, just empty words? No, it's the truth. The supreme personality of Godhead. See? And when you're full in everything, because not only are you full of Krishna, if you're full of Radha, devotion, now that's complete. The sacrifice is complete. See, you become the sacrifice, the offering, the butter, the ghee, the conch, the water in the conch itself, the ice, everything. The completion, full in everything. What else do you need? Yeah. Just the urge to glorify that truth, so that truth can be in everybody, so Krishna can be in everybody, and everybody could be full in everything and be happy for once and for all, and that go and break the cycle of birth and death. Yeah, personal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We're so fortunate to know that person, not just devotion to God, or you see God with, yeah, who's your God? Well, don't really, he's Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was listening to a nice Christian preaching, and I could say what Jesus said to that woman at the well, I could say to a Christian even more. A little bit more who you're worshiping, but I know more. Many of us know more of that God you're worshiping. You're a little limited. You think it's Jesus Christ and he's the real God, the only God for everybody. Well, yes and no. It's a paradox. God is God for everybody, but he has a few different forms. Okay? So, hunger after God, desiring to know more and more and more, because that's what else you what else you gonna do? You got to have activity. Everybody's acting in the world. How are we acting? You notice we're acting because of relationship with the Supreme Lord. It's put us into a atmosphere, a realm, a place, a consciousness. To also want to act. See, but to act, to know more, to act for Krishna, to make him happy, which people don't know. They think they don't know. See, they don't know that even in the world, you're acting to make God happy, but to a more limited extent, because it's the material world and it's not really you. It's just the world. It's your worldly consciousness. You're just identifying with your material body that's passing, material emotions that are not transformed into eternal spiritual emotions. They just cause inauspicious. You ever been around an emotional person? Maybe it's okay for a while, but after a while, it's like, let me get out of here. Some of those, we have some of those in our Sangha, until they get really transformed. They get, oh, so emotional, I was watching, there was this one movie, that old movie, and I really liked it because it was really interesting how they portrayed the devil. It was kind of hilarious and humorous. And this guy, he signs a contract with the devil to get anything he wants. And the devil's, oh, sure, no problem, man. They'll give you anything you want. See, but the devil's always tricking you. We can see who serves if you're intelligent, if you get the mercy and everything, you can see who's serving the devil even now. The devil is the illusion, is making illusions. See, they're servants of that devil. They're servants of ignorance and illusions that they call Maya, or the devil. It's the same kind of term. Maya is just an explanation of who that devil is and what he is. That's all. It's more science, not some hoochie goochie thing. Ooh, the devil's going to get you. You can know, the science of the devil. He's acting by science. There's a science to it. It's called maha. You learned that from an authorized spiritual master. The Lord gives them that information. They give it to you. Okay? The devil, the Maya. See, People right now, the devil is actually the motive, passion, and ignorance. It makes you really stupid. It actually makes you do stupid things. It makes you act against humanity. It makes you destroy humanity, and you think it's the right thing to do. Can you imagine? Bill Gates lies to everybody, and because he's a servant of that, oh, they're all a lot of these they're all in on it. They got a big plan, and you're not. You're in it. If you're not protected by the Lord, and you'll believe that. You'll believe their plan. But that's the mode of ignorance. That's the devil. The devil is a mode of ignorance, and it makes you do what you shouldn't do. That's just what it does. See, it's science. If you're under that mode of ignorance, see, it's all explained in Bhagavad Gita. Everybody needs, the whole world needs to know Bhagavad Gita. If you don't, you're probably going to be under the ignorance on some level of it. Yeah, it forces you to do. It says right there in Bhagavad Gita, those who are under the influence of especially ignorance and passion, they do what shouldn't be done. It's just by their nature. It's their nature to act in an unauspicious way, to do what's not supposed to be done. They just do it. What are you going to do? I mean, I can't complain about it. Hey, look what Bill Gates is doing. He's doing this. He shouldn't be doing. No, he should be just acting according to the nature. His nature is to cheat and to lie and deceive. All of them, Fauci's and all of them, Bill, all of those guys. I saw one big liar yesterday. She's going to be in charge of the money, and she's a communist. And the guy pointed out, "Oh, look at all these things that you've done. You're a Marxist communist." It was effectual, all these things. And you know what? And right at the end of the thing, she says, "Oh, no, I'm not a communist." And he proved it. Everything she was doing is communist. And she even looked, she was, Chinese communist. You could see she was born in Russia, raised in there, and did all these papers and her college thesis on communism and, the glories of it and everything. And then at the end, she says, "Oh, no, I'm not." See, they lie right there, even though the facts are pointed out. And people believe it. People, "Oh, well, she said she's not." And it's all proven. This is the mode of ignorance. You believe in the mode of ignorance, you're going to act ignorantly, and it's going to be for the detriment of your life, because that's the way it is. Okay? Just the way the world works. It's all who you believe. Hey, man, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God and is God. What word do you believe? It's your God. Do you believe in people who are lying to you? That's your God, liars. Do you think you're going to get an auspicious result from that? You don't even know that you become so, that's what they call MK Ultra and all that stuff, programming, all that stuff. That's all the lies of Maya. That's the way Maya works. You believe in her. That's why you need a bona fide spiritual master who tells you what's actually in the playbook, not George Soros's playbook. No, in the playbook of the transcendental potency of God, real knowledge. Okay? That playbook. It's the way the Lord's Maya plays itself out. You need to know these things. Otherwise, you're under it. You're subjected to what you don't know. You will act under the mode of ignorance because you're ignorant. Ignorance breeds ignorance. Belief in ignorance, believe that propagates it. You meditate on it, you believe it, it becomes your world. Yeah, birth and death is my world. That's not even us. We're not that. We're supposed to be a dokshisha, not ordinary, extraordinary. That's what we're about here, man. How to become extraordinary. Extraordinary. How to open the floodgate. How to open the floodgate of benediction in our life and the lives of others. To surrender to the supreme personality of Godhead. Otherwise, everybody's surrendering to the supreme personality of Godhead in the form of Maya. And it is insurmountable. Just, you cannot surmount it. Nobody in the New Age, even. New Age, I don't care what other path you want. You have to surrender to God to the point of He gives you the strength. You know the strength? Atlas's strength. How about Samson's strength? You need more strength than Samson had. He could do pole building and all that. It's not strong enough, is it? Maya pulled him down, in the form of a woman. She cheated him. She, lies. She lied to him. Oh, yeah, Samson, I love you. She didn't love him. They're all motivated, everything in this world. You need the strength. You come here, we're going to teach you how to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and how to get super strength, how to become super normal. See, super normal, not super ego like these Marvel things they have on TV. It's super ego. Where's God in this? No, you're going to become super normal because devotion's going to awaken into you. It's so powerful. It's the only thing that attracts even the Supreme Personality of Godhead that nobody can attract. Devotion attracts that Lord. You become super normal, superwoman, superman. That's super, isn't it? You can attract God. Can you imagine? Now that's something, man. Track God. Who's God? People say, yeah, track God. Who's God? That's right. You don't know because you got no devotion, man. No devotion awakened in you. No pure love of God, man. That's why you can't speak like this. You can't even think like this. You can't even think outside of the box. You're in the box and you'll stay in the box until you come through the door, the gate. Get this bhakti. Oh, can you come on? Yes, you may. There you go. Thank you for the reminder. I couldn't see down there. It's hard to see down. Yeah. This was all about. Yeah, this knowledge is fantastic, man. Everything is, people are going to universities to get an education. All it does is cost them lots of money and headaches to stuff their brains with ignorance. Look at this. You come here, you get a real education. This knowledge is this, you cannot, the smartest person in the world. There's one guy they say is the smartest person in the world. He can't touch this knowledge. His knowledge doesn't only goes in the head and stays in the head. This penetrates the being. This is supreme truth. Hey man, supreme, if you got a handle, if your devotion awakens, you come in the real line. This is the real line. That's all bullshit lines out there. Hey man, real line. That's what I'm interested in. Real line, it's a direct line, no static, right to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his family members. That's a real line. It's an ecstatic line. It's always been. Can you imagine? That truth has been lost, that this is an ecstatic line. The Gaudiya Vaishnava it started as an ecstatic line. And it'll end as an ecstatic line if you're in the real line. If you're in the false follower pile there, they got dry eyes, no tears, nada. Just all they can do is heap, just like Jesus said, all you guys can do is heap a lot of rules, regulations, and mandates and draconian measures. Even in religion, it's draconian. Manipulation. You can ask Shama all the rules she was had to follow, the dry austerities and all that stuff, man. Hey, draconian, everything. That's because it's still in the Lord's Mayak world. Here's, Jesus came and said to set people free. Even the Christians who got Jesus to, they say, hey man, it's about setting free, set free. See, you're set free in God. See, it starts with Jesus in that way. Starts with those who are preaching because of on the influence of the Holy Spirit. Under the influence, see? Otherwise, you're under the influence of Maya. The illusion, it's intoxicating in the world. The world starts spinning around, and you're just, it's like those marriages in India. When I was in India, I used to have these loud marriages out my door every night, practically every night during marriage seasons, and these intoxicated people drank. Oh, this is great, man. All night loud, bang, bang, bang music. all night long, staying on. This is the party. Yeah. See, this is the world. It's more or less like that. Intoxicating ignorance. People going around trying to have a party. You know how I notice? I go on Sankirtan and then it all comes out. And I get into the real party, and then you could see where the real party isn't. And many people, they're like, I'm not really, I'm just sitting here, drinking my drink, like this, and then I look at the Sankir, chanting, and I look like this. Oh, I hate this. What kind of party is that? But anyway, it's good because perspective, people see. And then some people say they get life. See, when you have life, it's like what Jesus said. This when Son of Man arises. See, the Son of Man, you're a man, right? A man, woman. And the Son, see, of that arises in you, that Son is Krishna. That is God, Christ. It arises, the Son. See, it's so literal. People never think of these things. It's so literal. It's right before your eyes wide shut. When the Son, that Son is in us. It's like born in us. You get a son, comes through the birth canal right up in here, man, explodes into your heart. And you get experience of the Son. This is my son. Hey, why do you think the pastimes are like this? This is Mother Yashoda's son. You also get a son. You got to nurture. That's why we're here. To nurture that son. We need a family. We need a village to do that. You notice? Because Maya's always attacking the sun. Doesn't want the sun to rise. But no, you come here, the sun rises every day. You notice? And it may set for a little while, but then it rises again. We make sure it rises every day. In this way, ignorance becomes more and more dissipated in this universe. Now, you think this world only? You don't think this is for the benefit of demigods and angels and saints? Hey man, can't we preach to Paul? Don't you though? Paul is probably sitting right here listening to this, unless he's unfavorable. I don't know, maybe he is. But if he has, God gives him the intel. Why wouldn't he want to hear these kind of things? He never spoke about this. Why wouldn't you want to hear? I mean, that's why he heard from Jesus and Peter and John and all that. They heard from Jesus because they heard things they never heard before. Why wouldn't you want to do that here? It's all about God, isn't it? All about devotion, all about the Holy Spirit, but it's in expanded state, all about the Garden of Eden. What's going on there? Anybody hungry? I mean, I love knowledge, man. I love ecstasy. I want to know more and more about God. Okay? This is lasting. This lasts forever. The ignorance comes and goes, and you come and go with it. You're chasing ignorance in the world. I'm chasing the transcendental personality of Godhead. What are you chasing? I'm chasing Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. I'm chasing Radha, man. Hey, man, let's bring you two together, man. It's time. Yeah. It's time for the sacrifice, which doesn't feel like one. Okay. Hare Krishna. See, is not an ordinary person seen by material senses. Is that all you see in this world? You're not seeing anything, man. You're looking at the world and all you see are bodies. You ever see people look at you and they look at how you're dressed, how you're not dressed? They're looking at your body. That's all they see. They don't see inside. See? How do you see inside? Well, the best way is by hearing. See? It's by vibration and by frequency of the sound. That's the whole purpose of this voice is two things, twofold. You have the choice, even now, can put you in illusion or put you in the truth. Can awaken illusion in people or the truth. What do you listen to? Who are you listening to? Because if you're listening to a self-realized soul, it's going to awaken you to the truth. And then you'll start to penetrate. Then you will see, oh, your eyes are open to the internal region and not just stopped by the externals. See? That's why you got to hear from a self-realized soul who's internally situated in the truth. Okay? Now you start to become like Nanda Maharaja. So you become a Doksaja. You realize, oh, this person here who's speaking to me is not just an ordinary person seen by mundane senses. You know who an ordinary person is? That people think, see, the Maya makes you say, oh, glorify Trump, glorify Biden, glorify whoever you want. Good, be good, glorify demigods, glorify demons, worship demons. Because of mankind, it says right there in the Bhagavatam, they worship demons. Man worships demons. That's why it's like this. This place is managed by demons and rakshasas. You didn't know that? Well, it's all coming out now. It's time. You're going to see who's lying to you. You're going to see, and they're always trying to cover up the lies. That's what demons do. They always, what do you call, mess up. And then they're always trying to cover their messes this way and that way. And always the truth reveals it. After a while, history shows, oh, these guys have been lying, unless they rewrite it. And they're always trying to cover up the lies. Maya is always doing that illusion. That's why the Lord himself, hey, stop worshiping my shadow. That's only my shadow. Everything's twisted in darkness, man, in ignorance. Come worship me. That's what I'm learning. The Lord's showing me these wonderful things. Man, just by chanting his name, my life is fantastic. Oh, this is wonderful. Surrendering. Oh, I see. Look at this relationship you're giving me. Wow, this is so wonderful, man. Now you're the real deal. You're the real thing. Everything flows in my life. I get protection from his Maya. I don't believe in any of it. I don't believe in any of these gurus. Not there ain't one I believe in. You show me one that has realized this stuff. Show me one that cries in ecstasy and laughs like Lord Chaitanya and the real family. If you do, okay, there's a real devotee, but I haven't even seen one. And I'm not going for the no-shows. Oh, I'm sorry, that's too confidential. We're not going to show that. Well, then I don't believe you. Why should I? Why should I doubt? Why do I want to be doubtful? I love, one of the things I really like in this world, I like safety and surety. I like sure things, sure winners. I like to invest my time and energy and mind in meditating on what's eternal. That's a sure thing, man. That's surely going to get me into the kingdom of God. See? Everybody's risking in this world. It's very risky to be in this world. It's very risky business. Not risky for me, I'm in all that risk is so minuscule now. All I have to do is meditate on the Lord, just chant his holy name. Just take shelter of the shastras and these pristine shastras. They haven't been messed up so much by the demons who infiltrate into religion all the time. They go and take what Prabhupada writes and they start screwing it up. Why? Because that's what they do. Like that, I just heard that story about this guru in the ISKCON, wants to steal this poison stuff and inject it in what is force in the injection? He believes in illusion. This is your guru. I'm sorry, I'm speaking about this. Hey man, that you're worshiping a liar, a person who follows lies. What kind of guru is that? Are you guys stupid and ignorant? Is that what you came to the Krishna consciousness movement for? To be destroyed by those kind of gurus? All kinds of ignorant stuff has been done since Prabhupada left. God, don't you know history even now? Look at all the court cases and all those weird shit stuff going on. That's all because of ignorance, all because of not understanding how to take shelter of the transcendental potency and get its benediction like we're getting here. You notice? There's a difference here, isn't it? And we're going to make it clear the transcendental potency is here and is worthy of taking shelter of. It's worthy for me. It's worthy for those who are believing in this word here and seeing, hey, man, I think I'll worship the God coming out of Gohari Das's mouth. There's more safety in that, isn't it? Haven't you noticed? It makes you more happy than this other stuff, these lies people are propagating, these gurus propagating their twisted philosophies. and speculations about what Vrindavan is. Here, you come here, it's a sure thing. You can surely see Vrindavan. You may not understand it right away because you've never been seeing these things. These guys can't manifest. They're all no shows. All these teachers and gurus and sannyas, they can't show you Vrindavan. Here, you come here, you see Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the effulgence you see here, man. Effulgence is the truth you hear here, is the ecstasy you see with your own eyes. Maybe you're not entered in it yet, but you will. You come here, we'll convince you about this is Vrindavan, man. And when you become convinced and faithful in this, and then you feel like, hey, I can trust this, man. They're trusting this, and look at the result. It's fantastic, man. You can't touch this. Where's my song, man? Where's that MC Hammer? This is the hammer, man, hammering down on Maya relentlessly. She got no chance, man. She can't touch this. None of them, no religion, not ISKCON, any of them. Gaudius me, Gaudium. You can't touch this preaching. You can't touch this ecstasy. This is Satchidananda, the real deal in this world, planted and growing a big tree. Started like a mustard seed. Now we just keep watering it and look at it. Lavish. Ooh, Shama-san. Here we go, Shama-san. There she is. Hold me back. Don't let me get too rambunctious here. We don't want to burn up everything. A little bit of a slow burn, you know. Maya's the, what do you call the fuel? Illusion. Ignorance. This is set it up. Set it on fire. Okay. Garga Muni had properly received his guests and very comfortably seated. Because you are a devotee, you're full in everything. Oh, that's where that started all. Man, you know, this is so true. And this is what we're here to prove. Hey, man, be a devotee. Come here, learn how to be a devotee. Now, want to be devotee, want to be guru, want to be follower, want to be devotee. Come here and you'll be a devotee, just because devotion will awaken you, because the right door that gives you the quick experience of being devotee and what that means and how it feels. Right, Shaman? Being a devotee, look at all the auspiciousness happening in your life now. Isn't that amazing? That's your testimony. That's everybody's testimony here. Especially when we exorcise the little demons out of the people here. You know, then once they come out, then you don't glow, it's all, man, and you feel, you get energy, man, glorifying the truth. Yeah, more energy, more life. You know, and you give that life to people, think, whoa, man, what's going on in that Sangha there? Well, come find out. It's so fun to glorify the truth, man. I tell you, there's nothing like it. It's a great rush. People start rushing into the kingdom. You know, you become the faucet that squirts them into the kingdom. It's like a fire hydrant. You know, you're in the fire hydrant. Just, the force of that energy, that potency, just pushes you right into Vrindavan. We need some help, don't we? My God, Maya's been pushing us down so long. Yeah. Full in everything, yet my duty is to serve you. Kindly order me, and what can I do for you? See, isn't that funny? My duty is to serve the devotee who is full in everything. That's the truth. That's the only duty. Why would you be a servant? See, people don't know. Oh, I don't. I used to have a friend 30 years. He's a Mayavadi type, and actually, he started to get a little devotionally oriented mixed in there. It's good, but he always had this idea. Gohari, why are you always preaching about being a servant? A servant isn't very good. In a sense, he's right, because when you serve the Maya, it's always a miserable result. You become a slave, right? See? But here, and then you hear this, oh, it's my duty to serve you, a devotee who's full in everything. You think, well, what is this? I've been serving Maya so long and never got a good result. So it must be the same doing that with a devotee. No, it's not. When you serve a devotee who's full in everything because Krishna's in there and Radha's in there, devotion's in there, what do you get? Oh, you become like that. You become a doksha. You become free. You don't become, God starts to live in you, the real God, the true God. See, the true Lord, the one that's eternal is the true one. The other one is true for a time for you, and then you die, and then you take another birth, and it's true for you again. This is the that dark Lord. See, comes and goes, comes and goes. You need this other Lord, see, who basically stays with you forever, lives inside you, like Jesus said. The Comforter. See, this is the Lord, man. This is devotion. He's the Comforter. The Lord comes and comforts his devotee. Because devotion is awakened. See, devotee, devotion. These are not just words. These are potencies. These can live inside you. You can be that devotee. You can be that devotion. That devotion can be in you. That's being a devotee. You're a devotee when devotion resides in you. That potency, you are the abode of that potency of devotion. You are the temple of devotion. You are the pujari of devotion. See, giving that to the world, that benediction, that audience. See, that brings the real conception of the true transcendental Lord to the world. See, not the illusory, ignorant knowledge. See, you notice there's knowledge in the world and there's knowledge here. This knowledge is full of life, isn't it? Because the Lord is full of life. See, this knowledge is full of eternal truth. Why? Because the Lord is. And it's so powerful, it illuminates the illusion. So people can think, why was I believing all this ignorance, man, stuffing that in my head, weighting myself down? You know, that knowledge, you could see people have knowledge, they're bent over like this. It's so friggin' heavy, even for their body to carry it. They're bent over. Their head's really heavy, they walk like that. You ever see intellectuals like that? Devotees, straight up, man. They're not carrying anything. They don't need to. Krishna's carrying them. They're being carried by the transcendental potency. Yeah, knowledge is, whatever knowledge is needed is there. Whatever life, energy is there, is needed. Why? Because you look towards that Lord. You look towards the truth. You look towards the scriptures. There's life in it. I hear even Christians, they get life. One Christian says, yeah, it's if you got to have God, it's protecting me now. She was glorifying the truth. She says, yeah, I'm not getting sick because I believe in God. I don't believe in this programming stuff. Hey, that's basically it. That's teaching. Hey, we're just explaining these things, going deep in it. We're like electricians to tell you, teach everybody how that electricity works, because it's interesting. It's interesting to know how God is working in this world, where he's working in this world. See, where are these adokshasas, residing? Those that are, not just ordinary persons. That's the thing. People are promoting ordinary persons as a dokshasa just simply because they got a nice dhoti on and a rubber stamp from their group. What is this? Or they're austere, or some superficial reason to worship that which is mundane. That's called idolatry. Hear that word? Idol. It means it's mundane, material. It's not a doksha. A doksha, tongue twister. See, we need to hear the word of God coming through the real devotees who have real devotion. Pretty simple, isn't it? We explain all these things. We have real knowledge here. It's very interesting. Right? It catches the attention of that supreme personality of Godhead because the Lord needs it, man. The Lord says, hey, man, I need this, man. Everybody's speaking to me and putting coverings over me. so nobody knows who I am, and so that my children, or whatever you want to call us, my devotees, become covered and weak and cripple-minded. People cripple-minded here. Look how much life here. Look how much intelligence here. Look how much transcendental happiness is here. Why? Simply we're in the, you're lucky to see people in the effective stage of devotional service, where you can see there's an effect in chanting the holy name. Eyes are not dry, okay? And the heart is not unhappy, man. Holy laughter coming out of there, man. Man, you found home. Home is is where the heart is, isn't it? And when your heart is with chanting the holy name of God, and people can see it, they say, this person has found home. They don't know who's found home. That's the whole problem. In Vaishnavas, you don't know who's found home. Home is where the heart is. A heart chanting the holy name and happy in that. Not happy, it's not a material, it's a spiritual happiness. Huh. So, you are full in everything, yet my duty is to serve you. Kindly order me, what can I do for you? O my Lord, O great devotee. Isn't that interesting? Oh my Lord, O great devotee. See, who thinks like that? Oh, that person is can't be say you're my Lord. What is this? I don't need any Lord like that. Well, the way it works is spiritual. It's all true knowledge, man. It's all in the book, man. Chapter 1, Adi Lila on the spiritual master. When you're ready to be delivered, you meet the bona fide spiritual master, who is Krishna coming as a devotee. That's the kind of surrendered devotee you need to find. And you'll become like that only through their association. Because you become like Guru, you become like that. You have to become like that. Becoming like Guru means becoming like Jesus and like Prabhupada. If that's too big of a stretch for you, well, then go out to those who can't stretch that far. We can, and we are, and we do. You can see it. Prabhupada chanted the holy name in ecstasy and intimacy with God, and that's going on here. And you need something like that. You need a person like that. You need God coming to you like that. See, I never say that I'm God. No, I'm just some foolish person that's got this extraordinary mercy living in them, and I'm here to share that with people. Yeah, it's extraordinary. I have to admit, I'd be a liar if I didn't. Extraordinary relationship, man, where it's like so intimate and so mutual. You can't quite tell what's going on. Like, am I playing the flute, or is Krishna playing the flute? Am I playing Krishna? Is he playing me? Or, it's just so intimate. I've never seen this. I never, before this, you know, following this path, I had no idea that it was all about this. I didn't know what Vrindavan really was. I can even explain these things because I have experience. I'm experiencing these things. It's glorious to be that close with God, to open your mouth and feel life, real life, and real life to come out of your mouth. And those who don't even, understand it very well, they put a smile on their face. Why? That's Krishna being fed for once. You think these people are being fed down here in the street? All they hear is Maya's words, putting them down, 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 dumb, dumb, dumber, dumbing, 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 down, 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 dummy, dummy, down, down. We can make a nice song about this, about Maya. She's a dummy, dummy, down, down. You follow her, you're going to be a dummy, dummy, down, down. Nobody wants to be a dummy, dummy, down, down, do you? That's Maya's song. Dummy, dummy, dumb down. Come listen to me. I'll make you a dummy, dummy, down, down. But you will think you're going to be something else because I'm just a mirage maker. Oh, come over here. Take your little boom. This is going to be good for you. Little dummy, I'm just here to speak to the little dummy, dummy, down, downs who believe in my word. That's Maya. She's like that. See, that's your God. You want to have a great God? Come over here, man. We'll teach you a great God, fantastic God. This God, you're going to see auspiciousness, real auspiciousness. You're going to become eternally immortal. You'll always have something to say. When you say things, you're going to feel happy because God in your own heart listens, and you feel the real life of that awakening. That's why I say this is getting better and better and better. That's why classes are better and better and better, man, because we just keep speaking, speaking, speaking. See, we speak and then the Lord is speaking. That's intimacy. That's being used by the Lord. What do they call medium? What the heck you think medium means? Clear channel, man, for the Lord. But you're not passive. I don't feel passive at all, man. I feel active, actively engaged. That's called yoga Maya. It's great. I love yoga. Maha Maya, yeah, that stinks. Pew! Yoga Maya is fantastic. It's where the real life is. She's just a shadow of that. What are you following that? You can get out of religion. You come here, we'll get you out of religion. You'll live the Bhagavad Gita verse. You'll be a manifestation of that verse. You got to be on the real path. In the real line is you got to be a real verse. You got to be that Maharaj Parikshit sitting before Shukadev Goswami, who is used, who's a Dokshaja. You can see it. They prove it every day that they have more knowledge than the big Acharya Devs. What do you think Lord Chaitanya did? He proved that he had more knowledge than the big Acharya Devs of the day, his day. And we do the same thing here. These guys are afraid. You think he could stand before here? He can't. See? Why? Because there's something fantastic really living inside this temple called the Fool Govardhan. You come here, that great thing, great personalities will live inside you too, because that's our work here. We're here to awaken the great personality inside you. That's our job. We're midwives. That's all. It's been given, right? Didn't Prabhupada? I told you this. You're seeing it's really true. Prabhupada did really appear. It wasn't just a pipe dream. It was a real lucid vision. And then Krishna really did appear and said, anybody coming here is going to get his darshan. You come here and you really get behind what we do. You will go through the transformation as you see the persons. They've done the deed, right? You see River going through all that shit she had to go through, and Lalita Ganga too, all that, and because they really want Krishna, and look, it worked. It's working. The transformation is manifesting. It's just when you're burned, because of it's an alchemy, man. You're taking iron and heating that up, man, making it into gold. See, so that burns away all the material coverings. What do you expect? You wanted the fast path? Well, Krishna's given it to you. Fast track, man. Warp speed. You think Trump's thing was warp speed? How you got to warp the jab out there quick? Hey, man, we do warp speed self-realization. Warp speed. This is the one to be concerned with, this warp speed where you can enter Vrindavan in this life. Yeah, so that's our metal is tested here. Do we really want Krishna? It's good. You can get him quick. All right. Oh, my Lord, oh great devotee, persons like you move from one place to another, not for their own interests, but for the sake of poor-hearted grihastas, householders. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another. See, poor-hearted is the key word. You notice poor-hearted? Are you rich in heart or are you poor in heart? Most people are poor in heart. Heartless. You ever heard that term? Heartless. See, that's what's going on. Isn't it heartless to depopulate the world? You got to be pretty heartless to do that, right? You think, that the real God really wants to do that? No, that's the Mayan God. But that's still, sometimes, it's hard to understand how the Lord is working because you can't get out of being the servant of the Lord, even in ignorance. Okay. But do you want to be like that? You want to continue to serve, or you want to switch sides like that servant of Lord Ram? See, Ram, what was his name? Ravana. See, Ravana represents Maya. He was a very big servant of Maya, the illusion. He was a devotee of Shiva, actually, who represents the mode of ignorance. See, so he was very much empowered by ignorance. See? And so anyway, this one minister of his saw Lord Ram and his heart changed. He said, you know what? I'm tired of serving this Ravana. I'm going to switch sides. And so he did. He went over to the side of Ram, Lord Ram. So started serving Lord Ram. And you know what happened? Ultimately, he became in charge of Ravana's kingdom. Isn't that interesting? Lord Ram dethroned Ravana and put this minister on. He says, no, you be king because, this is the thing. The Lord, that's why you see in the past times always like that. You notice Prahlad Maharaj was also put on the throne of the demons. See, demons need that. Demons are worshiping demons, or mankind is worshiping demons. They're in church. See, demons, demigods. Sometimes if you're not in Kali Yuga, if you're one of the few austere types, you worship what? The demigods. Or those who are of that good mentality, goodness. But that's getting less and less. You notice Kali Yuga has accelerated since 2020. Now the demons are coming out and demanding worship. They're demanding cut off all communication with even the good people. Censor them all. Just listen to our message, our words. You see how it works? The words, very powerful. But why are we still speaking? Why are we getting through? Because nobody can figure out our message unless they're called to. Unless Krishna allows them. Because even the demons can say, is Gaurhari a threat or isn't he? They don't know. It's hard to say. Why he doesn't seem to be against us or for us. See, they don't know. Is Gaurhari Das and his group, are they against us? Are they trying to stop our plan? See? And the good people, they can't figure out what we're doing either. The good people, a lot of good people out there, and they can't figure it out. Christians can't figure it out. But we're doing something here. And we're going to make, just like everything's becoming clear, this is our time. And I've been preparing for this a long time. So have you. So have the demons. The demons been working on this for thousands of years. It's all coming to a head. We're all here for a reason, man. We're here to cause that friction, see, of the meeting. See, there's a lot of friction in that, but it causes a heat, like a smelter smelting. And you need the light, you need the darkness, and you need this. This is beyond the material light and darkness of the world. This is a devotional potency spirit. This is unknown to most of mankind. And this is the time it's going to be unknown because people will know what is light and what is dark and what is devotion. And what is liberation? Liberation is nothing compared to this. Those who are impersonalists or the ones who believe in just the light and the Brahman level, unlimited fields they call it and all that. They're not full in everything yet. They're not complete in their knowledge. They're not complete in their ecstatic happiness yet. See, this is where it is. This is being complete in knowledge and complete in ecstatic happiness. There, that's it, full in everything. What else do you need? What else do you want? What else could you want? Perfect happiness and perfect knowledge? Satchidananda, you're like a God on earth, an empowered Lord on earth. That's why, hey man, the Lord himself is this. Haven't we read that in the scriptures? The Lord is so auspicious, spotlessly pure, everything. And we're under that shelter and that potency. We're empowered with Satchidananda in this world. You don't think we're going to have an auspicious life? Are you kidding? That's why it works out like this. That's why we get these fantastic reports. People coming under this shelter are really getting more of Krishna, more of truth, more ecstasy, transcendental happiness. Because it's real what's going on here. The only, practically, probably the only real thing here beyond religion, which is not quite real yet. What do you need religion when you got complete truth? Religion means rules. You know, R, there's an R there in rules and religion. See, rules, religion. This is beyond. This is truth. Absolute truth we're taking shelter of. The truth of ecstatic worship, ecstatic feelings, ecstatic love. That's why, and teaching why Lord Chaitanya came was to accept the path of ecstatic love. And when you do it out there, accept this path of ecstatic love, you'll get real knowledge, real happiness, real freedom forever, real intimacy with that Supreme Lord. Poor-hearted Grihastas. See, you want to be poor-hearted? Say, that's why you poor-hearted Grihastas, you come here, look at this. Your hearts are not so poor anymore. You notice Pani's even attracted more. He's like saying, I'm here. Great. Awesome. You know, when anybody would come to see Lord Chaitanya, he said, oh, it's so good you came here. It's so good. He knew it was good for you. Oh, you've seen reality now. You know, you came, the Lord wouldn't say this directly, but basically this is the meaning. Oh, you came to the place of real auspiciousness. Oh, your life is just going to be blessed because you've seen the Lord as he really is. Yeah, and then the Lord would speak to a person, oh, you're hearing about the Lord as he really is. Only devotees know. See, you have to have that devotional potency to know. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, that devotion is the loving ecstasy talked about in Bhagavad Gita. It's a gift to the world through the line. That is the only important thing in this world, universally for everyone. Come before the line and hear the truth. See the truth. Okay? And then you'll be set free from this illusion. Otherwise, you're just coming before the illusion this way, that way, this direction, that direction, up, down, and around. It's all over the place. But where do you see or hear this? You know, Jesus told his disciples, even the great sages of the past wanted to hear what you're hearing now, but couldn't. It wasn't revealed. You think it's any different now? All the sages like Paul and Peter would want to hear this, but didn't because it wasn't revealed. Now maybe they're up in the unseen listening. Who knows? Why wouldn't you want to hear more of the truth? Isn't that why they liked Jesus? They heard more about the kingdom of God as it is that nobody knew before. Why wouldn't you want to know more if you're a real devotee? That's our nature of being a devotee. You want to know more about our Lord, that we're giving our time to, our worship to, our trust in. That's the mood of a devotee. You want to know more. You want to feel more. You want to be more intimate. Hey, that's what you get here. You find the essence of everything, the essence of the truth, the essence of the ultimate happiness. What are we promoting today? I tell you, how else can you sell? And that's basically where they use these words sell Krishna anywhere. How do you sell a commodity that you cannot see? That's inconceivable. Krishna is inconceivable, even though you see all these stories and all that stuff. He's still inconceivable and unattainable. How are you going to sell that? You have to be definitely specially empowered to sell a commodity like that. Not even the best salesman in the world could do that. You have to be empowered to sell something that nobody can see, and you help them see it. To conceive of that nobody conceive of, and you help them conceive it in themselves. See, conceived in you, man. Born again, born of the word, not of flesh and blood. Here, you people say, one guy was telling me the other day, have you been married? I said, yeah. Did you have any children? Because he had children, and I said, no, but I do. But he said, you have no children. What is life about? You gotta have like children. They're so great, because it's like a Ross, right? You have a child, man. You have fun with them. They have fun with you. You have intimacy. It's kind of like a reflection of Vrindavan, Mother Yashoda and Krishna, But there's Ross there, and he said, you didn't have that. I said, well, I have other children now. I have more children. This is the what I have is like the verse in the Bible. Those who give up and give up mother, father, son, children, the world and worldly things, they're rewarded with more fathers and more sons and more childrens and more houses and more everything. Yeah, because what's God is yours now. It's like, and he owns everything. Nobody just knows that. And the right people come to you. Notice the right people come and they invite you in. Look at Govinda. He's going around on a bicycle, man. People invite him in. They're giving him stuff. He loves that life. Because he's rewarded because he's given himself to the real path, the real door to it. And so he's rewarded with that. He got more friends, more people. He's happy, even in the cold weather and everything. Unbelievable. It shows you got to be something special. How else could you like something like that, right? Traveling around on a bicycle and wanting to do it. Looking forward to a trip out, You see, motivated by something unseen. Yeah. Whatever your situation becomes, whatever it is, it could be like that. It could be like you're just a householder. It doesn't matter. Everything becomes blessed. You start to feel, my God, I'm living a blessed life simply because you found the real path. This is proof that we're doing is not a lie. That we're not lying, exaggerating, or bullshitting like Maya does. People come and see, you get the result. That's your witness, man. What do you think it was with Jesus? The witness of the people said, our lives are transformed. We just believed in this guy who said these things, and his word was really true, man. We've taken shelter of Jesus. They had a living guru, a living person, and their lives were transformed. We're just here to explain Guru Tattva. You got to find somebody like that to lead, to be that they're leading by example, man. They have that transcendental Lord living in them like Jesus did, like Prabhupada did, like every eternally liberated soul that's full in everything. They got to be full in Radha and Krishna. That is everything. That is complete. And you will become like that in that line. All the knowledge Jesus gave is complete in Radha and Krishna. Isn't it? Aren't we proven that? When I was just with Jesus, I didn't have this fullness. He even said, I have more to tell you, but you're not ready to bear it. Still, many are still not ready to bear it. Proof is they don't come here. They're not interested in this. Feels heavy when you're carrying illusions around still. That's so hard to bear. You can't bear it, right? Huh. Yeah. But if you're open, if you really want to know and you're not judgmental and God gives you the intelligence that, oh yeah, this is a good place. Oh yeah, this inspires me. Like Amy, where's she come from? Out of nowhere, pops her head in there. I don't know, man. I just like this. I never had a devotee picture on my thing, and this guy's talking about all these things, and I just like it. I just feel it, man. I'm feeling it. Who's feeling it? Only Krishna. That's when Krishna is awakening in that gal. See? Because he feels stuff like this. Everybody else is not feeling, they're feeling the world, man. Otherwise, they would have no interest in going from one place to another. Great saintly persons. O great saintly person, you have compiled the astrological knowledge by which one can understand past, present, and unseen things. See, so astrology compiles knowledge which you can understand past, present, and unseen things. But that's the world. See, that's why it's not deep enough. It's kind of interesting, It's that's why people go to psychics, right? They go to psychics, they go to astrologers. They want to know the past and the present and the future and unseen things, but it's only to that extent. See, so they want to go to get the knowledge of an astrology and see it's knowledge, yeah. See, but that's not enough to have. You have to be full in everything. He wasn't full in everything just because of that knowledge. It was his job, his profession. He had something more than that. See, he had the unseen thing. The ultimate unseen thing is Krishna, God. Ultimate, right? He had that living inside him, alive, awakened, and devotion to that Lord. See, that unseen thing. See, that's why in the world now, you notice people can't see who is a Dokshajat. See, they just look and they see a body out there. If I walk down the street now, this is how it works. I'm noticing this. For a while, I didn't do Sankirtan. I was wondering, why am I not doing it? Anyway, I started doing it again because I went down and walking. See, I learned by perspective. I like to see things, analyze it. So I'm walking down the street for about a month, not saying anything and everything. Everybody just goes past me like nothing, or looking, I would even say hi, and they go, yeah. So they go, a whole month is like this. And so nobody notices, see, because they only look at bodies. Oh, Gohar, he's overweight. I'm not interested in him. I'm looking for a nice body, a good-looking person, young, youthful, materially. Yeah, see how youthful the devotees are. So a whole month goes by like this. And so now recently I just started doing Sankirtan, and all of a sudden everything changes. Oh my God, smiles and badgering. You got to chant, man. We're looking forward to this. And now, even when I'm not chanting, people going around looking, there he is. There he is. See, this is Krishna. This is God. He's saying, now, yeah, good, you're doing your work. This is exactly what why Nityananda was doing that what I just told you I was doing. Nityananda was walking around like a peaceful sage. Nobody's noticing anything. Well, maybe they look at his bad behavior because he was not following all the rules perfectly and all that, or anything. If he felt like ripping off his clothes, he would just take them off and walk down the street. Oh, I'm sure he got some attention that way. Yeah. He was prone to spontaneous outbursts. Nobody would know what he would do. But anyway, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't saying anything. Wasn't acting out. He was just walking, just observing things like the super soul. like I was doing, like this. And then Lord Chaitanya says, how are we going to fulfill our mission if you're not acting a little more wild? Go out there, show Vrindavan, give it to the lowest persons. Show them how powerful it is. Show how I want people to get this. Go out there and preach. See, preaching is you go chanting. Go out there and show how glorious it is to chant the name. Show them your passion. Don't just keep it in the closet. Even now, like we're kind of keeping it in the closet in this way. It's only for us, right? So Nityananda started doing that. All of a sudden, he got followers. People, and you become a follower of Nityananda, what happens? Oh, you're freed from the cycle of birth and death. That's what the Lord wants. That's the will of God. He wants people free of illusion and listening to the word of his Maya out there. And have an inauspicious life and the complaint, oh my God, they're all doing this to me. Yeah. It's because of the word you've been involved in. You don't listen. You come here, listen to this word, man. You'll be set free of all that. You won't have any complaints. Yeah. Why would you complain when you're full in everything? Why would anybody complain when you're full in everything? It's only like in the transitional stages, little complaints, It's because you still have a little bit of that in you still, that false ego stuff. That's all. Yeah, but the more and more Krishna's in there, you're full in everything. What do you need? I don't need any sympathies. Sympathy for what? This is what Jesus said. He's walking to the cross. Actually, he was in ecstasy. Walking to the cross was his thing to do. He knew it. They whipped him. He was bleeding, man, put the crown of thorns on. And the ladies are weeping there. Oh, you poor thing. How like some devotees do for them. Oh, I'm such a poor thing. Oh, you poor thing. He said, don't weep for me. Weep for yourself. Weep for your sons and your daughters and your line. That's, you're gonna be, gnashing of teeth and weeping and all that. Don't weep for me. Hey man, my life is glorious. Look at all these people going to come to me in the future. He knew all that. Look at all these people. I don't, I say you don't have to die or somebody has to die for you to be saved. I say that, but still, people believe that in the sense it's correct and not correct. In a sense, look at the death people go through here. You went through crucifixion. I mean, I heard her Lita talk about being crucified. This is a crucifixion here too, but it's a glorious one. It's one that's what gets crucified is Krishna's just ripping your clothes off. The clothing that you've identified with so many lifetimes, he's just taking it off. You don't like it sometimes because it's like, I've been living with this. This has been in my garage for so long. I don't know if I can part with this. And he just doesn't care. He just goes, takes it off. Leave me that clothing. You'll never let go of it on your own. I have to take it off. Clothing to the soul. Isn't that what it is? What is clothing there? The Lord, we thank God, you chant the name Hari means to take away. It's incidentally, he wants to take off the clothing to the soul. So he has closeness, that kind of closeness. I want to be close to people and they're kissing and all this and their bodies are hugging and all this and they get agitated, right? And they feel, sexual and sensual because their bodies are touching, right? Well, there's clothing on this transcendental body, this, covering our soul from having transcendental skin to transcendental skin, with Krishna, with God. That's who we're meant to be close to. Oh, there's nothing like it. It's an eternal thing. Okay, that's where, and then you also get agitated because of that closeness with God, but it's pure, purifying. It's called ecstatic love. Okay? The supreme energy, the supreme orgasm. Okay? It's spiritual with God. Skin to skin, transcendental skin to skin. You didn't know you had a transcendental skin. You have to. How are you have to have a transcendental awakened tongue so you can chant the holy name. Taste it. You know? Even to hear it. Otherwise, can you imagine? I can't. How can I accept gurus who don't like what I'm doing here? What kind of guru is that? You don't like this. You don't like this ecstasy. And you're worshiping, you see, you don't know who you're worshiping. You don't know the God that you're worshiping. We do, obviously, because we like God. I like Satchidananda. I like Ananda. I want to taste it. I want to immerse myself in it. I want to have that as my clothing. I like transcendental knowledge that glorifies the absolute truth, Satchidananda, saying that's the only real thing. I love saying that is the only real thing in this world. That is where God is working. You got to find a temple like that, full of Satchidananda. Otherwise, you haven't found gold, treasure, rubies, diamonds, better than that. Coming to a real sadhu sangha is to find real life, to find the real truth you've always been looking for. You never knew exactly what it was. What forces people to look outside for it is the Maya, always saying, yeah, it's over here. It's in this woman. It's in this gold. It's in this thing. It's in fruitive activity. It's in this thing. It's in this, in this. It's always leading you away from the truth. But what are we doing? Leading you to the truth, man. This word is to bring you to the truth. It's penetrating when you're ready to be penetrated, if you're open. Okay? Meant to lead you to the truth of where the real happiness is. The Maya is always trying to grab your attention. I walk down the street, the Maya is always out there. Hey, man, go buy this. Oh, look at this. Go here. Go there. Yeah. See, and the devotees doing Sankirtan, what do they do? They say, hey, come here. Come and chant with us. Hey, man, okay, listen to the name. Oh, you're sitting at your table listening to the name. And when they do, oh, the smiles come. Ah, I like this. Oh, this is great entertainment. Oh, that's great. We'll come down again. You know? All right. See, this by the strength of this knowledge, any human being can understand what he has done in this past life and how it affects his present life, and this is known to you. See what you've done in your past life and how it affects your present life. So what? Is that deep enough? Here you can find out what you probably did in your past life. If you come here and you love this, man, and you really like this, and this gives you life, well, you probably did some spiritual work in your life. Now, this is knowledge you need. This is really important. This other thing, yeah, we want to know what you did in your other life and what you're doing in your present is why that. And okay, for what purpose? Well, we don't know. Just kind of interesting. Yeah, here you come here and you love this, say right off, like say like an Amy. Oh man, I just like that. I never did it in this life. I didn't seem to make this. I just come and make this contact, and man, I'm right with it, right on board. Okay. Obviously, from a past life, you did something. And see, now that stuff is really important because, oh, now you're on this page here. See, and this is for the whole thing. Whatever you did or didn't do, if you show up here, now you're going to find out what these astrologers don't know if they're just an astrologer and not a dokshaja like this person. And what others don't know. You're going to find out, oh, your whole life, whatever it is, if you're hooked on a machine, was here to meet this, to have this meeting here. Or you're a bad housewife, or you've been burnt out on, trying to please the whole world, which you never can do. It's always there's going to be displeasure, and then you're always going to be guilty because you can't please everybody. Here it's a lot simpler. You just please Krishna by coming here. Isn't it amazing? You just please, and you feel it, man. You start to feel it more and more. I'm pleasing Krishna just by coming here and listen to this big mouth. Just listen to this mouthy guy, man. You know, boldly declaring the truth, yeah, with no apparent humility. Just speaking it, just calling spades spades, not caring, not fearing nobody. That's what you get when you got the big shots living inside you, man. They do what they want, man. They say what they want. They're in charge, right? Why should I have anything? Why should I fear anything, man? I just, it all comes from them. I'm just their servant, man. I'm their mouthpiece. They need a mouth. They said, "Go Haridas, we need a mouthpiece. We need a person who knows they're a fool. We know a person that's not trying to be something." You know, everybody in the world wants to be something. They want to be important. You don't even care about that. We need somebody like you to speak on our behalf, speak about the truth. Speak, we're going to give you revelation and realization on all the things in these books. It's a gift. You know, when that spontaneous experience with Jesus happened, I understood all the scriptures. You just automatically look at the Bible and boom. I didn't even have to look at the Bible. The scriptures were flowing through my mind. And then Prabhupada's books the same way. Yeah. Yeah. Because the Lord is living inside. That's what it's all about. If you're one of these gurus or sannyasis or brahmanas, and somebody says, "Is the Lord living?" Oh, no, I would never say something like this. I would never say something like this. Oh, I would just say, "Well, what's the point of being with you? You can't give me anything special. I want special. Do you want special out there? Anybody interested? Do you want a special meal? Do you want special life? Do you want the supreme special person to live in your heart, inside your temple? Those two, Radha and Krishna, they're special, man. You want those special persons? Well, you come here and that's what you will get, because that's what we do. That's our order. That's been blessed by the parampara. We got witnesses already. Yeah. My Lord, you are the best of the Brahmins, especially because you are fully aware of the Yoti Shastra, the astrological science. Well, that's a nice perspective. That's a good jumping off place for us. He was the best of the Brahmins because he was kind of like Lord Chaitanya. He had devotion. See? Lord Chaitanya was called the best of the Brahmins because he had devotion. Otherwise, you're just a Brahmin. It's still in the Varnashram system. You're still trying to attain Krishna. You still study. You're still trying to get him by austerities. Yeah. Do you think I need to do austerities to get Krishna now or Radha? I, my austerities open my mouth. Call them. See, that's being the best of a Brahmin. That's why if you're a Sudra, you're the best of the Brahmins because you'll have knowledge that even Brahmins don't have. You notice I'm just a Sudra. I'm a Sudra, low class person, fourth class. But you think this Brahmin knowledge of Brahmin, or knowledge by Brahmins, studying and memorizing their verses and quoting them like the wind with flowers and all that stuff, has anything as again in comparison to these words? See? Well, when Lord Chaitanya was the best of Brahmins because the Lord Radha and Krishna were living inside them. That was his life force. See, force of his life, Radha and Krishna. Oh, the same thing. Srivas was the best of the Brahmins. Oh, why? Because Radha and Krishna are living inside him, Lord Chaitanya. Prabhupada was the best of the Brahmins also. He was actually a Brahmin. But he was the best. Why? Because he was an astrologer, or he was a scientist, or he did something like. No, he was the best of the Brahmins because he had Radha and Krishna dancing in his heart. It makes you the best. If the Lord isn't, if the Lord says, "I choose this temple because and to live in," then you're going to be the best you're going to be the best devotee, right? Because we cannot be devotees without Radha and Krishna living inside us. You're going to be the best, give the best knowledge. You're going to have the best knowledge simply because, everything is inside you. That everything is Radha and Krishna. It's all inside them. Whatever is needed, I don't need to carry it around. Just come and open my mouth. You see any notes here? Well, what do I need the notes? They are the note. They're everything, man. They're the note. They're the knowledge in the note. They're the note, the musical note. You got them, you got everything. Everything's inside them. Anything, whatever is needed. It's like a magician pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Where'd that rabbit come from? Nobody knows. Going around the world. Oops. Okay, well, I'll get to that in a little bit. It's kind of a long story here. Okay. Yeah. All right. I just love this. I love penetrating knowledge. I look at these scriptures and you go beyond the beyond. You go beyond the verse in a sense, but you take it down, you peel off all the layers and it's Krishna's exposed. The deeper truth is exposed. I love that. To me, that's wealth. That is like, can you imagine? That's like being an oracle better. Yeah, you look at the verses and you say, "Oh, that's not quite deep, but let's go deep. Let's go a step more." Can you imagine? Where are you going to, let's penetrate deeper, because the more you penetrate, the more ecstatic it is. It's truth. My Lord, you are the
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Are we back? I think so, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So therefore, you are naturally the spiritual master of every human being. And this again takes it further. The cowherd boys said to the Brahmins when they were asking them for something to feed Krishna, some food, right? And the Brahmins are doing their sacrifice. They think they're feeding Krishna. But then they came up against some people. See, what's going on here is so deep, so penetrating all the way to the source. If you come here, you'll be able to penetrate. Otherwise, not. You can't penetrate these verses. They stop you. Just like this verse stops you at that Brahman level. But the verse doesn't really stop there because it goes deeper. All these knowledge in the Bhagavatam is meant to bring you deeper to the deepest level. So the Brahmins are feeding Krishna that way, right? And the cowboys, no, come and feed Krishna this way. Just come through us. Come with us and we'll take you to Krishna. That's how it is. That's what I say. It's the same thing. You find those who are on the cowherd boy level, the ecstatic devotees like this, very knowledgeable, they deeper truths. They say, hey, come with us. We'll take you to Krishna. That's Bhagavatam. I'm saying the same thing to the world. I'm saying to you Vaidis out there, I, I say to all Sanghas out there, I say to the Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smiti, and ISKCON, come with us and we'll take you to Krishna. And you know what? A lot of them will follow the Bhagavatam and the example of those Brahmins, and they'll say, I'm sorry, no, we're feeding Krishna this way, on this level. And I say, we come here to bust you. See, to show that you're not following the real Bhagavatam. See, come this way, come here. You meet some ecstatic cowherd girls and boys here. We're coming here to take you to Krishna. You come this way and you'll get it. No, 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 no. We're going to do our things and our pujas and all of that. We're not coming. See? So you notice you got to be a living Bhagavatam. This Sangha has to be a living Bhagavatam. We have to present the same opportunity. First we do it to the Brahmins, then we do it to the pom-pom food service persons. See, they're like those wives. See, the wives, what are they? They're to the Brahmins, you're just wives, women. You know how men are, especially, you're just a woman, you're property. Yeah. Oh, you're just wives and all. So the cowherd boys went to them. Oh, you want to come with us? Come with us and we'll show you the Krishna. We'll teach you about Krishna. You'll come and see Krishna. You'll play with Krishna. Isn't that the way it is? Isn't this the real Bhagavatam here? Isn't it? Don't you hear spoken what you read in the book? That's exactly what it is here. You see the living representation of Bhagavatam, man. We're calling people, and then the housewives are coming, like Lilita and River and Amy, right? They come and we say, "Oh, have a picnic with Krishna." And what happens? They come back with love of God and show the world, show the peers, show these Brahmins, show this ISKCON and Gaudiya Smiti, humble them, and they're, "Oh, wow, you just came through the real cowherd boys who actually have a real intimate relationship with Radha and Krishna, and look at what you came back with." See, you come back into the world and preach, and you witness and show people what is really truth and where is the real path, and you become that real path. Your devotion matures, and you become a real guru also. And if people want to come in, they got to listen to your voice, listen to your call. Otherwise, they'll be following these Brahmins at best, if they're even following them, or sannyasis or gurus who don't have this ecstatic relationship with Krishna. See, that's the Bhagavatam, man. That's what I see. And I'll tell you, you'll see it too. If you listen here and you look over the Bhagavatam, yeah, that's exactly what it's saying. I'm telling you, this is an exact meaning. Important. See, what did the cowherd boys say to the Brahmins? Oh, you earthly gods. See, they're gods of the earth. Demons and demigods. They're the gods. The people believe in them. They worship them. Some worship demigods, some worship demons. People say, no, I only worship Krishna, like the Brahmins. Oh, we only worship Krishna. But do you? No, I think we're worshiping Krishna and we're worshiping Radha. No, you're not. Oh, I see. See, you're misinformed. That's all. See, not saying you're just the earthly gods for people here. You can rise to become a sannyasi or a Brahmin and all that, and people will listen to you. Or you'll become a demon. They worm their way in, or a religionist. You're actually a demon. You wormed your way in, and then people listen to you and have an inauspicious life. Or a painful death. There'd be a lot of people getting painful deaths, believing in this thing. Painful death. Oh my God, what have I been hearing, man? People, I'm telling you, who have regretted this. Oh, if I could only do this over again. Anyway, it is what it is. That's what you get for listening over there and not here. That's just how it is. And if you want to just listen to Brahmins, okay, well, you get a little more auspicious life in the mode of goodness, but still, it's not complete. You come here, you're going to become a devotee, man. God, Radha, and Krishna will live inside you. They will take care of you. You will take care of them. You will take they will take care of you. You notice it's mutual, isn't it? Don't we have to take care of Radha and Krishna? Don't we got to feed them every day? Yeah, we got to take care of them and they take care of us. Isn't that a nice? See, this is a transcendental business we're doing here. We take care of Radha and Krishna, they take care of us. Now, isn't that a nice? You got to do business. People think it's about renouncing fruitive activity and business. Don't do business with God. No, no, we're actually doing business. This is God business. See, we take care of them, they take care of us. One hand washes the other. This is the true meaning of that. It's probably an American saying. She might not understand it, but it doesn't matter. So that's what we're doing, God business here. We take care of Radha and Krishna by feeding them the word, man, chanting Hare Krishna. They want it. They live on it. They get stronger. We get stronger in them. See, in God, we get our strength. In God, we really trust. Not in this bullshit they're teaching you on the American dollar. In God we trust. In who? What God are you trusting? You? And they put the one eye on there, you know, on the pyramid, the Satan worshiper. See, that's it. Because you got one eye. You know, you're one eye person, man. We got two eyes. You notice? Two eyes. We see your game, Maya, and we see the better game, Radha and Krishna. We would play games like this. We like their game, and their game is more fun, more auspicious. You one eye. Can you imagine? Why are you Illuminati worshiping one eyes? Come here. We'll teach you how to use both eyes. Yeah, the one eye and just looking on. I'm just looking at Lucifer. I'm looking at, lying and cheating and deceiving the world. That's what they're doing, man. That's the one eye of Maya. See, come here. You'll have two eyes. You'll have one eye on Krishna and Radha, and they give you knowledge to see. Wow, look at the bullshit. Let me point out the bullshit of the one eyes here. That's so limited. One eye. What do you want to go around showing one? You're doing it everywhere, showing, hey, see, we're the one eye in charge. No, I'm telling you, the two eyes is really in charge, man. You got to see two eyes. See, you see the illusion and the truth together side by side. See, and use it to dismantle. You show people why follow the illusion when you can follow the truth. Truth is stronger. Truth is clearer. Truth is more power in it. Truth is life, man. Truth gets you from being cripple-minded by the Lord's Maya to becoming strong, clear, logical, transcendently happy, ecstatic feelings nobody even knows. Even now, when you get ecstatic in front of people, they go, what's going on with you? Oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm feeling feelings that God feels, that his greatest devotees feel, that Saint Francis felt, that Peter, Paul felt, and more. Really? We never seen that. Yeah, it's rare right now, but we want you to have it too. Oh, your life will be perfect. You'll have two eyes. You'll see the illusion of people who are crippled in their minds, just looking through one little lens. All they see is the Maya, the illusion. They serve that. That's their God. That's Lucifer. Come worship Krishna. You see the light, coming from the truth, man. And then you see the darkness too. You see, oh, look at that darkness. Let me point it out to people living and believing in darkness and get them out of that. Let them show the real light, man. And so that they can give high fives and say, hey, man, my life is perfect. This is what you got to see. This. See the sign, the high sign, high five, high sign. See, perfect. See, they do this perfection. See, the Lucifer thing is this thing. Even looks weird, this, let's see the camera. This thing. They do. I had these guys today, one guy's dressed up like a devil, had his tongue hanging down like in a mask, was gonna, like this. He did this. You should have this. Or like did two hands. Oh, have two eyes, man. Perfect life. It's what we're promoting here, man. This, not this. This. I tell you, I think we're going to get some Illuminati. I think they're, they also want to be happy. They're just going about it in the wrong way. Everybody, even the demigods are going about it in the wrong way. They think it's something else. They think it's speculation. Everybody see, you got to be full in everything. And that's just those two. With them in your heart, you're full in the greatest ecstatic feelings, in the greatest knowledge. What more do you need than that? Look at everybody deficient in that. Even the Mayavadis, they don't know the glories of having, the ultimate truth alive inside you. That's what it's all about, man. Ah. See, my Lord, you are the best of the Brahmins, especially because you are fully aware of the Yoti Shastra, the astrological science. Therefore, you are naturally the spiritual master of every human being. Okay, so that's that level. Okay, we take it to the ultimate step. See, we're naturally aware of everything that even astrologers aren't fully aware of. See? We are aware, he's aware of the astrological science. But if that was fully it, then there's not full yet. We're aware of the devotional science. You notice that, anybody out there? We're aware of the devotional science. We're aware of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and teach that. Postgraduate teachings. Oh, they're so fantastic, man. Their teachings. This is great, Lilith, isn't it? It's amazing. I love it. It's the best class ever, man. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. It's so nice to be your servant, to serve you and try to serve you in the best way I can, even though, I'm just a fool and not perfect and, weak, cripple-minded, all this. But man, do you put on a good show. Thank you for using this fool here. See, this is what we're here to humble sannyasis and gurus. They think they got to be something to get people to follow them. They got to be something, do something. Here, we just have to, feed Radha and Krishna. Feed them. That's all. They feed us. One hand washes the other. We just live our lives like that. Feed Krishna. They feed us. Protect them. They protect us. This is Vrindavan. Explained. This is Vrindavan, the details. This is the Garden of Eden explained. Okay? The whole thing in the Garden of Eden happened. You could look at this side of the story. Adam and Eve. I said, well, Eve, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Adam and Eve, what happened? They were not protecting God. Okay? They didn't follow his word. Okay? We're following the word, right? We follow the Bhagavatam. We follow his name. We follow the order of Lord Chaitanya, who said, hey, man, everybody, chant the holy name in the universe. Everybody. Follow engage in this Krishna consciousness movement. Okay? So we follow that order. Okay? And then everything's auspicious. Forgot my point, but anyway, come back. Yeah. And this being so, you have kindly come to my house and kindly execute the reformatory. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Kindly execute the reformatory activities for my two sons. See, this is all Leela. This is, what kind of reformatory activities do a Radha Krishna or Lord Chaitanya, or sorry, it's all the same. Krishna and Balaram need. What kind of reformatory activities do they need? Okay. And so anyway, the Lord's trying to teach. And one way, this is one level. This is why you need to know more. You need to hear more, deeper level, because that first stage is, get initiated by a bona fide guru, right? People got initiated by Prabhupada. Okay? So, and then they perform the reformatory activities. They chant the holy name by, what do you call, sadhanas, and do austerities and these rituals. They're like reformatory. They're starting to reform you, but they're not fully reformatory. Ask Daksha in the Bhagavatam. Ask him, why do you say that, Gauri? Why wasn't Daksha's activities in the Bhagavatam? Why weren't they fully reformatory? Well, because of how he acted towards Shiva. You got to go deeper. You got to understand the spontaneous devotees, and only they can teach you. See, otherwise, that reformatory activities of doing rituals and getting your thread and studying the Vedas is not enough. You can still act offensive to the real devotees. You can still not see them, like Devananda Pandit example, right? Daksha, Devananda Pandit. Good Brahmins, and they appeared humble as pie, you see Radha not very humble, right? See? Still humble as pie, but still, isn't it funny? They all have the qualities of being offensive to real devotees. Isn't that amazing? And because of that, they can't get Radha and Krishna live inside them. Doesn't matter. That's why it doesn't matter how humble they look, like Devananda Pandit, or there are many humble persons out there, right? Humble devotees. You can see they're humble, but they still always offend. Not always, but if a real devotee comes before them, they go against them, compete with them, try to take their whatever they got away. Isn't that funny like that? Shows you how deep this is. We point even that out. Who can do that? Okay? Because if you can point that ignorance, see, there's ignorance there still. If you can point that ignorance out and tell people you bust that ignorance, man, take it away. You think, oh, why should I be following ignorance? Why should I be following those who, I thought, see, if you're thinking straight, when you come to Krishna consciousness, you should be thinking like, oh, wow, if I come here, I'm going to get Krishna, right? So you come to these gurus and they say, yeah, come to me. Yeah. I'll liberate you. This is the path. The books are actually teaching this, but they're not, because they're not the book. You got to be the book, man. You got to be that devotee that Radha and Krishna are using to deliver people. That's Bhagavatam. Are you that or not? Well, no, I would never. Yeah, right. Step aside, man. Deliverance is here now. The Lord is living inside not only this fool, but some other fools there. There's one right there. Radha and Krishna inside there. She proves it every day. You can't chant like that. You can't relish these leelas like that unless you have some pudding. Some pudding you're eating. Very thick pudding. It puts Maya out too. Puts her out. Puts her on a doorstep. See, the problem is people have invited Maya into their house. Their house. You know where that house is? Home is where the heart is. They invited Maya there. This is the problem. See? So you invited, and it's just the way Maya is. She's very inviting, right? Very attractive, like a siren. Ooh, 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 come to me, and I'll come to you. Let me come into your house, into your heart, and everything will be really perfect. Oh, yes, love me, love this beautiful guy and beautiful man, love money, love, oh, this is the truth, become wealthy. Oh, oh, this is Maya, always attract. And the souls in ignorance don't know this, doesn't know how Maya works because they've never come to a bona fide spiritual master who could teach them this. They listen, and they go down into down. See, Maya brings you down. She grabs you and pulls you down. That's what she does, man. Who's pulling you up in Kali Yuga? Look, everywhere is pulling down. You notice? Even the gurus are pulling you down. They're pulling your arm. See, they're pulling your arm, man, pulling it out. Come on, get it out, Here, yeah, yes. Let's steal some of this stuff, and we're gonna stick it inside you, because we believe in liars and cheaters. How are you going to get any auspiciousness from? That's why it's time to tell, hey man, call spades spades. How is some people going to get? Maybe one person will be listened and they'll be saved from a lot of heartache. You notice this stuff they're putting in is people getting heart attacks now. They call it paradisis or something. Enlarged heart, blood clots in there and all that stuff. Come here, get rid of you'll know. You'll see after a while already, these mandates, the people, they listened and they went and they didn't hold out, and they're reversing the mandates. See, they didn't have the strength, and this is it. You come here, everybody. Come here, you become strong. You'll know what Maya's tricks are. The Lord informs us when Radha and Krishna are living inside somebody. And that could be in you, and that would be you. You come here and listen, and God, the Lord, ships. See, they're like ships across the Maya, aren't they? Isn't it? I didn't know that Radha was a ship, and Krishna was a ship, and Lord Chaitanya are ships. They're ships, and we're on that ship. You notice I stay on that ship. I don't want to go off that ship. Those ships, both of them. Hey, this knowledge is like a ship, man. It'll get you across this ocean of ignorance. This ecstasy is like a ship. It'll get you through all this feeling lousy and miserable and wanting to suicide or drink yourself to death or something, to avoid the horrors that are coming now or trying to come. You notice? Very hellish things, man. Horrible, draconian lies and futures. Make you into robots and, yeah. See, this overturns everything. That's why it's a great time to preach. You just show people, hey, man, this is what's really auspicious. You come to Sadhu Sangha and you're going to feel like you got something. Man, I came away with something. What'd you come away with? Well, I'm not sure exactly, but I sure feel good. I sure feel happy in my heart. Yeah, because something special is being saved for you. Now you know what being saved is. Being saved is attraction to coming to Sadhu Sangha every day or regularly or something if you can. Or when you can, oh, I wish I could go. That kind of mood. That's being saved because now you like to associate with what's eternal. That's what's going on here is eternal. And you like coming here, just like Radhe was telling me. Oh, I think about you. Oh, I like coming. I feel good when I hear from you. That's all you need. You don't have to. She's not a rocket scientist. The Lord is looking for that. Oh, do you like hearing from my devotee? Yeah, he acts a little crazy. He says some weird things. He does some, uncommon things. He doesn't care about, people that shouldn't be cared about. He doesn't care to listen to people, or if they don't have Radha and Krishna in them, he's not listening to them, doesn't believe in them. Yeah, that's really odd now because people believe in all kinds of bullshit now. That's pretty odd just to believe that, in devotion and ecstatic love and conclusive, really not rock'em sock'em truth. Yeah, that's really odd. Yeah, well, I'll be the oddball, right? Yeah, Lalita's an oddball too. She likes this too. So we're on the same page. You know, crazy to the world. Doesn't matter, man, because our world is great. You think, hey, oh, the world, oh, you're crazy, girl. You're not, you're abnormal. No, I'm just looking at your world. It don't look so great to me. My world is great. Fantastic. Getting better every day. I'm saying to the world, I'm saying to any new people, you come and you just chant this mantra, come with us, come with us and you'll live like that. Otherwise you'll come in with the Maya out there, the illusion, the devil. The devil is saying, come with me and you will live. And it's a lie. Here, you come with us and you're going to live and you will feel the life, not the bullshit that the devil and the Lord's shadow is pulling on you. She's pulling your leg. Come with me and you'll be happy. Come and listen to me. Do what I say. Take the shot or whatever they're telling you or whatever lie they're telling you right now. You won't be happy. No, it's a lie. I'm saying that, you see, well, they're going to speak like that. I have to speak also. I say, come here and it's going to work. You come here. You come and listen, associate with these fantastic devotees here who have real devotion. And you will feel perfection in your life. You will feel your life is being more and more abundant spiritually, maybe even materially. You will feel the protection of the Lord, the threefold miseries, which is the jurisdiction of Maya, miseries of the body and the mind. See, the mind misery is ignorance. That's dispelled here. The part of the mind is the emotion. The ignorance of the emotions is material feelings, loving the world. It's dispelled here, your ignorance, and replaced with true knowledge of God, who God is, what God is, the knowledge of the spiritual potency. See, your emotions are transformed into ecstatic emotions. The emotions in the world, not so ecstatic. Sometimes you feel happy, and a lot of times, especially now, you're feeling distressed. Happiness, distress. Then you go listen to people make you more unhappy. You go and listen to people pointing out the truth of bullshit going on, and you get scared. Or you believe in it and you're scared, and you put on all your armor, the masks, and the give me the inject. See, make me safe here. Put that stuff in me and make me safe. See, so that's what you get. It makes your life inauspicious. So that's the teaching here. All we can do is, we can coax the world, coach the world. Somebody said, are you like a spiritual coach? And I said, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm here to coach the world. Come over here. You want to, have you ever heard anybody speak like this? Have you ever seen anybody produce the real? You stay here 30 days and you'll see results produced in others who are listening here and hearing this word and not the Fauci word or the Billy Boy Gates word. You see a difference, man, in your life, in your spiritual strength, in your heart. You'll have heart, man. You'll be a brave heart. There's one guy, he's here in Extapa. I wanted to go see him because he talks about having to be in a brave heart. But still, this is on the Mayavadi level still. Not enough. That's why I wanted to go see him. I said, give him the opportunity. Hey, you want to find out to have a really brave heart? See? Well, you have to have everything in you to have a really brave heart. See? And when Radha and Krishna are in you, then you can be brave, man. You just face the Maya. Hey, man, it's the Lord's Maya, man. I got the brave heart in me. See? My brave heart is Radha and Krishna, man. They're brave. They're full of heart. See, Radha's full of heart, right? Krishna's full of knowledge, full of truth. See, that's being a brave heart. See, you take shelter of the brave hearts. You're in them. See, people, that's why the Mayavadi thing is not enough. You're not fully in God, man. This is the Lord that came. The books are here so that we can be fully in the Lord as he is. That's where the life is. That's where the truth is. That's where freedom is. See, therefore, I perform the purificatory process for our sons. Krishna will consider them the sons. Oh, okay, wait a second. They're performatory activities for my two sons. Okay, so the next stage of doing all these ceremonies and reformations, it's all leading to this. Now, for the two sons, or for Radha and Krishna, see, there's more of this in us. Or it can be Balaram also. See, Balaram is also with Krishna, right? Krishna is his younger brother. You know, in a sense, you have to be the older brother for Krishna. That's what we teach here, how to be a big brother, how to be an older brother for that Lord in your own heart. He's younger. He's just, he's not even born in most people. See, so the spiritual master, the real one, has been nurturing that Krishna in their own hearts for a long time. Gets very strong. Just it's like you got to be like the pastimes. You got to be like that. Krishna was born in Mathura, but Kamsa was there. That's the abode of religion. That's the rules and regulations and the leaders. Many of them are like the Kamsas. They're material in their hearts, and they worm their way in to be a leader. They by usurping, they take the rightful kings and take them down and put them in jail. That's what they always do. That's what they're doing in all the religions. And Vaishnavism is no exception, believe me. See, so there are many devotees caught up in that. You notice? And so what did Krishna do? What did I do? I retreated from that. I just went to my own Vrindavan, which was away from that, and hid for a while and just worshiped the Lord in ecstasy for many years. I just did what Krishna did. Krishna went to grow up. You notice he grew up in Vrindavan. Isn't that funny? What is he teaching? You want to grow up? Well, you better nourish that transcendental Lord in your heart. Because the Vaidhi level is full of still faults. It's still there. That's why people, they can't get over Vaishnava aparad. They don't even know what a real Vaishnava is. They think it's just a Brahmin still. You want to know what a real Vaishnava is? You come here and we'll teach you. You're being taught right now. What is a real Vaishnava? They got to be able to explain things nobody can explain, not even your Brahmin gurus. You got to be more than just that, a Brahmin. See, so here, the reformatory activities now is easier. See, here you just come and associate, and Krishna, the Lord, the devotees, the more advanced devotees who have bhakti, they feed you. You notice that? You can't feed yourself. You don't know how to do that. So you have to be fed first by the father and mothers and be passed around. You have to admit, I'm just a baby, man. And then they get passed around by the more advanced devotees and are fed that way. And then your bhakti grows and Krishna grows up in you and then can do the same, pay it forward for others. That's all we're doing, right? See, I retreated for a while and just cultured this bhakti, which couldn't be done there, became more strong. And now it's we going back. See, I went back to the abode of Vaidhi Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhaktas in the sense, pulling you guys out of that because you were ready. Okay? You really wanted Krishna, okay? Pulling you out. See, isn't that what Krishna did? He went to Mathura. He straightened up the hunchback. Why was she hunchback? She believing in Maya. That's all that was available. So Krishna went and gave boons, see, just by coming. And people get boons here now. Okay, I went as far as I can go. Gotta rest the voice a little bit. Now it's time for Lalita. Read us something. And I'll get up and stretch a little bit.
I only would like to be inspired by you, Guru Maharaj. What do you want me to read?
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Read Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Okay.
You can continue on from the great revelation.
That was chapter 10. Uh, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Guru Maharaj. All glories, all glories, all glories to you for giving me Radha and Krishna, for bringing me in this new state of consciousness, giving me a new life in the land of the living God. I bow down for you because prema emanates from you, because you take me out of the darkness of ignorance. All glories to you, all glories to this disciplic line, to Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Jagannath Babaji, Bhakti Thakur. All glories to Lord Nityananda, that Lord Nityananda. All glories to that Lord Chaitanya. All glories to Srimati Radharani. All glories to Krishna. Thank you for letting me read. Um, I don't remember exactly. I think one Murari and Sridhara wept in Krishna praying, being in front of the Lord. Lord Chaitanya, he chewed on the betel pen, making loud cracking sounds. Lord Chaitanya then turned his benign glance on Haridas and he called out, Haridas, look at me, look at me. Your body and birth is superior to mine. Your class and caste is more elevated than mine. Although that sinful Muslim tormentor inflicted great pain on you, yet in my heart I hesitate to punish him, for that would surely disturb you. Such is your compassionate nature. Listen, Haridas, when you were lashed with the whip in the different marketplace, I took up my Sudarshana disc and I descended to earth from Vaikuntha, intending to sever the tormentor heads. And while your tormentors were trying to beat you to death, at the same time, you were thinking of their well-being. you, you were unconcerned about your own pains. You had only compassion for them. On account of your merciful heart, I couldn't use force. My Sudarshana disc weapon was rendered impotent. I couldn't strike those men because You, you were determined to forgive them. Being unable to see your misery, I protected you from their lashes by placing my back upon your back. I accepted all those lashes meant for you. I accepted all those lashes meant for you on my back. See the marks on my back. I am not lying. Whatever other secondary reasons there were for my descent, unable to bear your sufferings, I hastened my advent to this world. My beloved Nada, Advaitacharya, fully recognize who you are. I'm totally bound. I'm totally bound by his loving devotion.
Yeah,
Our
you see, totally bound by that loving devotion. This
beloved.
is this is it, man. This is the essence. This is what people need. You need. Don't. Wouldn't you like to bind? See, the Lord is speaking from the supreme personality, Godhead perspective. I'm bound by your loving devotion. Without it, there's no binding force to the true manifestation of God. The true transcendental Lord is bound by this devotion. It's the most important substance, rare substance. In the world, people don't know what is of value. They look. The Lord is teaching externally when He says people they define money, currency, the current. See the movement. Things happen and flow right with currency, and they define currency. It's one of its properties. It's scarce and it's rare. See, it's very rare. Or what's really rare and what's really valuable, and that's another thing, it has high value because of its scarcity. What's really, really scarce and really, really rare is that pure devotion that you see here in this Sangha. This is rare. Where do you see it? You see it in ISKCON anywhere. This quality here, where you read God is the hey man, this Bhagavatam, these verses is the Lord Himself. It's the true conception of God. Where do you read that? Where you can understand it is where the devotion is. Otherwise, you're just speculating. You're not bound, you're not drawn closer to these scriptures because there's no devotion. See, this devotion has its qualities, very pure. The devotees who start relishing this, you can see they're pure hearted. It's the only thing. Haridas said, Krishna said, Lord Chaitanya said, look at me. Look at me. And Haridas says, well, come on, I've been looking at you. I chant 300,000 names a day. What do you expect? I'm always looking at you. But anyway, look at me. Yeah, look at you, how you're acting, because he was absorbed in the Lord so much. These beautiful qualities of God. This is the Lord is glorifying Himself in a way, but He glorifies His devotee automatically because they're in Him so much that these beautiful qualities of God are manifested on the body in the temple of a devotee. The Lord. This is why Jesus said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not know what they do." The Lord is thinking like that. He said, oh, they're just acting because of ignorance. He's the Father of fathers. And devotee is like that. You're empowered to be like, they can't help it. Forgive them. They're just, the Lord forgives them anyway. They just don't know that. They're all, how many people they come here, the first thing they get over is shame and guilt. This shame and guilt is there. And you come here, you get over that. Why? Because there's no vibration of shame and guilt here. Not material shame or guilt. Sometimes maybe some spiritual stuff, but that's different. That's a different potency. This material shame and guilt, it just keeps you bound in illusion. It keeps you weak at heart. And it's because you haven't found the real path. You come over here, that's the first thing that'll happen. Material shame and guilt will go. See? So that's kind of free. That's just it's one of the few things. There's so many things you get free of here. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, go ahead there,
It's
Lalita.
keeping you very down, actually. Shame
What?
and guilt keeps you down.
Oh
It
yeah,
will
keeps you
keep you
down.
down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Really.
weakness. Maya's cause weakness, shame, guilt. Yeah, it's like a chain. But you can't get rid of it until you find the real path. That's religion. There's shame
Yeah.
and guilt in religion. That's why people control you by shame and guilt, and fear. You see, religious fear, you need to fear God. See, well, yeah, until you come to the path of loving God. And how can, why would you want to vibrate on the level of fear, worshiping the Lord in fear when you can worship in love? And you feel it, man. Person loving Krishna is just, you feel free. You're free of, how can fear exist when you're loving God and you realize all these things? And fear goes bye bye. No need for it. See, so fear is actually, even Lord Chaitanya taught about fear. He said, when you're cut off from Krishna, then the quality of fear manifests. So people are cut off more or less from the transcendental Lord because of lacking devotion, awakening that potency. Yeah. So, and that causes the fear because of this. It's a symptom. When you see these masked people walking around, you see it in their eyes, full of like fear. And you say hi, even they go, just looking like in some fearful state, almost like an animal. You ever see animals? You
Yeah.
look in their eyes and they're just,
For
people are,
you,
starting to look like that. So that's that fear. See, they believe in a lot of fear messages. See, their word they're listening to, the word of mainstream media. See, this is all the Mayas working really heavy in passion and ignorance now, pumping out lies and deceptions. I mean, even in the Bible, it predicted that there will be a time when there will be mass deception. That's now. You notice that's a symptom. Mass deceiving. Not there, like even Bhagavatam talks about mode of goodness truth. This is like in Kali Yuga, that truth in the mode of goodness is bye bye. This is why you could see, acceleration of Kali Yuga. The truth, the mode of goodness truth, how to act for the welfare of the body and the mind and the emotions. See, in the mode of goodness, that's better, but it's not fully it. So all of that's going bye bye, and people are, that influence is more the influence of passion, ignorance being the word, that word going out, and people are acting. How are they acting? Not in freedom, not in love, but in fear. And what does that mean? Oh, okay, you tell me to put a mask up. All right. Oh, you want me to put poison or whatever that is in my body? Oh, don't listen to anybody that has another opinion, even if they're doctors. Yeah, it's so illogical. Yeah, that's why even good people, they see through that. But they got to censor. You see this, people that are the compliers now, they can't see they're getting screwed. They can't see. They can't think. This is what happens in such fear and anxiety. You can't even conclude, what do you call, critically think like, hey, man, why are you suppressing information? Don't we need information to make a proper decision? Why is it only the mainstream narrative? They're all saying the same thing. What is this programming? See, they can't think like that. But the people that a little higher consciousness can, and they say, hey, what is this? So they're promoting critical thinking, get more information and stuff like that. And so this is the war. The good and the bad, good and evil war. And then we're here doing what? Every day, and nobody's suppressing this. Isn't it nice? Hey, thank you there, Mr. Elites out there. Thank you, Zuckerberg, for giving us now. I can speak as much truth as I want. Doesn't bother you because you can't understand it. And even if you did, you would love it. I mean, Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, if they understood what I was talking about, they see that, God, that Gaur Haridas, as foolish as he looks, he's not dressed very well, but she sure knows something. Really, I know. If they listen, I'd like to get Bill Gates. I'd like to get Acharya Dave, the Acharya Dave, and the Radhanath, and the illustrious followers of Narayan Maharaj to
Jaya
come.
Pataka.
Jai Pataka, come before you need a third kidney or something. Come and listen. It would be great. You will see real greatness is. It's not dependent on a doty or a stamp from a community, of people usurped things. You don't need any of that. I don't need any. I started from scratch. Didn't Prabhupada start from scratch? Didn't Bhakti Siddhanta, Prabhupada just went to America with 40 pesos, 40 cents. And Bhakti Siddhanta just went and rented a apartment, and all kinds of great things happened. I'm also what we're doing. Say started with nothing, nada. I was a homeless person, really. Homeless. I lived in vans and that. Started with nothing. You know, and now, because having to me, see, I just love, I follow what Jesus said: seek the kingdom of God, and all else is added, man. Friendships, whatever's needed, more awakenings, spiritual power, ecstatic happiness. I mean, I don't know. To me, that's really amazing. And then, monetarily, things are coming, I can live, it's not like I'm depending on Krishna and Radha. See, so if you got them, you'll see everything starts to flow. Why wouldn't it, man? It flows for them. Why wouldn't it flow for you? You're their devotee. Actually, you're actually a devotee. You came in the right door, and the Lord has given Himself to you. Radha and Krishna give themselves to you. To see, this is currency. This is electricity. This is life. This is rare, and this is scarce, and this is valuable. And you're going to watch this preaching is going to make it so clear that this is the real currency, the real current, the real happiness in this world is them, Radha and Krishna. This devotion to the Lord, this like Haridas, bound forever, Radha and Krishna. See, Lord Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna, man. It wasn't just Krishna. Radha and Krishna was in there. You bound me forever by your devotion. Okay? That's what we teach here. That's the message we spend there. That's the good news you get here. The good news is come and get this. Get this most rare substance of devotion and bind God, the transcendental Lord, like these greatest of all demigods have, like Lord Brahma has and Lord Shiva has. You become like them, of the same family, like Adwaita and Srivas and all this thing. That is here, man. And we're going to prove it, man. We have to prove it. We must prove that God exists. This God, the transcendental Lord. Not a mode of goodness, Lord. That ain't good enough. Not the Brahman effulgence, Lord, this Mayavadi level of energy. Not good enough. Got to make manifest the supreme personalities of Godhead, Radha and Krishna. You notice on her feet are the marks of God. A little different, but still the marks of God. She is a Lord, hey man, Krishna's Lord is Radha. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Radha's Lord is Krishna. They're inseparable. And when they're living in you, my God, do you have, I'm going to teach you, teach the world, man. We're here. You're going to teach the world. Witness that Radha and Krishna living inside you is the most rare substance, very scarce and very valuable and sublime. That's sadhu sangha. That's what you're going to get here. You're going to find out what's real. So much so he's like, man, that preaching has made God that inconceivable, unknowable person, conceivable and knowable, and attainable, unattainable, unattainable. That's the miracle. I don't care about any of them healing this and that. And I want to do that miracle and only that miracle is a permanent one, bound forever, that transcendental Lord. Okay? Now that's freedom, man, to its furthest extent. Go ahead, Lalita.
Oh my God. My beloved Nada, Ajitacharya, fully recognized who you are. I'm totally, I'm totally bound by his loving devotion. Our beloved Lord Chaitanya.
See, again, you will not realize the value until you have this belovedness, this you're a devotee with real devotion. And that's the chance for the world. If somehow or other this preaching calls your heart, you're so fortunate because you're going to get this substance that'll make you like them. You'll be like Adwaita, where he could recognize the glories of Haridas, and many people couldn't. Yeah, he's going around chanting in ecstasy like we're going around chanting ecstasy, like Lalita is. And how many people realize its glories? See, but those who do are very fortunate, man. That means you're getting the devotional potency inside. Is the only way. Without devotion, you can't recognize real devotees who have devotion. You know, and if the Lord gives you the intelligence to go and listen to them and see them, you are so fortunate. You're seeing, you're associating with gold, better than gold, million times better than gold of this world. Because gold can't free you from the cycle of birth and death, but association with Lalita Ganga and the Radha and Krishna she's got can. And those who appreciate her preaching are very fortunate. See? Hey, man, I don't care if I have a disciple where Radha and Krishna live. I'm going to glorify them, man, because I feel it, and it makes me happy in my heart. I know it's right. I know it's true. I know it's important. We got to know where Radha and Krishna are living in whose hearts. And these pastimes are all about identification. Show your ID, man. That's the whole thing. It's all about facial recognition, the true faces of lordships, Radha and Krishna. Can you recognize facial recognition? Technology is here on the highest, most subtle, most profound level. None of these guys can touch in the Maya. They're all trying to do an external look at some bodily face. How stupid that is, man. You want to recognize everybody's face. This is Maya. You're always doing the wrong thing. Krishna, I'm telling you, Bill Gates and Fauci, I know my Lord, and they know you, man. They know your real face. You know? They know your real face, man. Real face is you're a devotee in heart, man. You just devoted to the wrong thing. Well, it's the right thing, but the wrong thing. And if you got a desire for the right thing, the ultimate right thing is beyond what's right and wrong in this material world. Okay? This is why this is a hard sell, man. You better be empowered to sell what we're selling, because not even the Acharya Devs and the Brahda Nas can teach this and show this and demonstrate this and transmit this experience into others. It's impossible unless those two lovers are living inside you and loving on you. Go ahead, Lalita. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Our beloved, our beloved Lord Chaitanya is very expert in expanding the glories of his devotees.
Yeah. See, I mean, people, that's why the Lord says, My devotees are more important than me. Only because without them, how are you going to know who the Lord is? They come here, they're not like, oh, I'm more important than God. That's, you know, who said that? This is why it's a bit of Maya. The Beatles, they said, oh, you know, we're more important than God. Hey, what is, come on, that's not like that. No, the devotees are more important than the Supreme Lord Himself, only because they point you there. They speak to you. Well, you know, the Lord can't get through. He's in your heart, and there's all this shit on top of it, and your communication. You need Rotor Rooter to come out to your door and ream you spiritually, ream that rod down your consciousness, and just get that shit out. So you got some plumbing going, man. Flush that toilets to get the stuff out of there. See, that's Guru Dave. You didn't know they're a toilet cleaner, man. And you're the toilet. We're all toilets, man. They got to be cleaned out. See, so that's why the devotee is more, you know, in that sense. And then all of a sudden you see, oh wow, you've led me to this who's really important, the Lord. Thank you so much. Radha and Krishna. Wow. See, that's why you see nobody can repay their debt to this to the guru, and that's the real guru. Ultimately, it's said they are the manifestation of Krishna. Your heart becomes like that. You look at that script, you say, "Yeah, man, that's hey, man, my guru set me free. I would not have been here at this point." Isn't that a proven thing here? You ask Johan if he would be here in this consciousness, or ask Lalita if she would be in this. Ask Janaki. That, that's how important such a see. That's the real guru. You don't get witnesses like this that get the real deal out there. You don't see any of the disciples of Radhanath or Janaki saying, "Hey, man, you really transformed my life, man. I am a different person, man. I found God, man. I really got devotion. You got all everything there. You read in that book is here." And we prove it. I know I'm not very humble about it. I'm very, very salty about it, man. Like Lalita. Not this Lalita. She's more calmed down. No, the Lalita, she's very salty. You know, very sassy. I'm a very sassy mood sometimes. Salty. Vinegary. You know, you guys like vinegar.
I can never pay my debt unto you, Guru Maharaj. Never. It's not possible. You can't pay this with material things.
You're right, man. Where's I got to get that song, man. You can't touch this, man. This is what's going on here, man. I'm proving that Radha and Krishna living in this temple. They want to prove it too, man. They want some more. There's just not enough people in Vrindavan, man. They like expansion. They don't like it to be just with a zillion people. They want 10 zillion people. You think Bill Gates is greedy for money, or Zoros, or these guys are controlling money? They want to control everything, man. They want everybody to be in Vrindavan. You know? Yeah, they just never satisfied, just like these guys. See, there's Maya is the reflection. But this is wonderful, you know? Yeah, the Lord, we're lucky the Lord is never satisfied. He's always promoting. You notice? He's always taking incarnations, always sending his devotees, because never satisfied, filling up Vrindavan. It keeps expanding. The more you put in there. See? And it's fun, you know, it's fun. I love you know, devotees are empowered Leela avatars. You know, this is a Leela. You don't think this is a Leela? Are you kidding, man? This is amazing. This is the greatest show on this planet right now. It really is. Isn't it, Lily? Isn't it a great show? Yeah, if there was a better show, she would be right there. She'd be right there because, you know, she wants the greatest show. And if there's, that's why we gotta outperform. Every day's got to be a little better
The
performance.
happy hours.
Happy
These
hour.
are the happy hours.
This is happy hour, man. The drinks are cheap here, man. They're half price, less than that. We don't deal with half price. They're only a fraction of the price we're charging here. Just turn your friggin' camera on. Can't you do that? Can't you give a little time for Krishna? What do we just? It's only like 3 hours. What is 3 hours, man? See, you don't have to, even if you spend an hour here, just watch the chanting. This other part might be a little bewildering because, you got to be around for a while. Maybe not. I don't know. If Krishna touches your heart, maybe you'll like this crazy preaching here. Yeah. Where some guy says whatever, no repression, doesn't care, just whatever comes up, he says. That was Nityananda. He was like that. Whatever came up, he said and did. Go ahead there,
Um,
Lily.
our beloved Lord Chaitanya is very, very expert in expanding the glories of his devotees.
See, the Lord wants to show how glory. See, did did Lord Chaitanya expand the glories of gold and silver and everything? No, we leave that to these
Very
people in the
close.
world. The glories of this and the glories of that, and they all day long talking about bitcoins and golds and silvers and thinking and meditating, just preaching. Oh, the glories of gold, and people listening. Oh, really? Gold and silver and bitcoins and all is really glory? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they got their, yeah. But what glory? But nobody knows the glories of devotees. Either the Lord said, "Hey, man, I'm going to tell you the glories of my real devotees who have real devotion. They've bound me in my heart. They bound me they bound me by that devotion, and therefore, if you go to them and associate with authentic devotees like that, you will bind me too. I will give you myself because I only do it through them." Lord Chaitanya says, "Oh, you devotees, you come see me in Puri every year. Oh, and I have no money to repay you because I don't give a shit about money or material wealth, but I'll give you my wealth. I'll give you myself. My wealth is myself, my complete self, Radha and Krishna. That is my life force. That's Chaitanya means life force. I'll give you my life force, and that'll be your life force, and you can give it out to whoever you please. And that's what we do here. We're here to give out that life force of Radha and Krishna that Lord Chaitanya had. It's time for a revival. Revival time. Time for that good old time, God, to come again. See, good old time, God. Do you want to have a good old time? A good new time every day. Actually, it's a good new time. Hey, it's a good new time to come to Sadhu Sangha. So we're going to have a good new time, not a good old time, not the same old, a good new time today.
Ever fresh,
New, ever
good old new time.
fresh. Fun and fun. How else can we capture, the Lord, the people's attention for 3 hours? Maya is, this is a miracle to get people to listen for 3 hours, man. Isn't 3 hours you've been here? All of us, me too. We're looking at Krishna, not Maya. We're not looking at all. We're just here glorifying the Lord, having a good new time. Not a good old time, a good new time, ever fresh time. Go ahead, Lolita.
Ever fresh. He will say or do anything to glorify and protect his devotees. he will. he will even swallow fire for his devotees and willingly becomes his devotee slave.
Wow, slave. Didn't know. You see, we become his slave and he becomes our slave. See,
Giving us all
mutual
we want.
business. Slave. You didn't know it was a slave trade, being a real devotee in relationship with God. It's slave traders. They're both slave traders. They say enslave God and God enslaves them. And then they feed God and God feeds them. They protect God and they protect Krishna and the Krishna protects them. Slave trade. See, that's why, they have slaves here and they want a revival of slavery. You notice? And they want to trick you into it. That's the way they have to. Because who the hell wants to be a slave in this world? You got to be tricked and deceived and lied to, right? You got to get a lot of these injects so your soul like, and they put metal, God knows what in there, and then they turn on the juice, and it's like a mad science, like Frankenstein. They want to do a Frankenstein trip here. You know what? Frankenstein was made of all these different parts, and they want to put all that.
Oh, oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Lalita?
Krishna. You're back. You were gone
Is
for a
it
few
kind of,
seconds.
are we breaking up a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, but now you're back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's just partially back. Okay. Yeah, it's like a Frankenstein trip. They want to, the Dr. Frankenstein, and their creation is you. Why? Because you're under the table. You want to be experimented on. Isn't that amazing? They convince you to be experiment. Isn't that what you hear in the news? They say, "Oh, they even said this is an experimental gene therapy." And you agree because they tricked you into, "Oh, it's good, it's safe and effective." You see that on Facebook all day long, right? Safe and effective, safe and effective, safe and effective. And all these people come out with information and saying, man, this ain't safe and effective, man. It's something else. And then they delete them, and so, and it's just safe and effective. After a while, okay, they say it's safe and effective, and I'll just do it. But it's a lie. It's not. How many people are dropping like flies now? Now they have to create another virus. This what are they smallpox thing is coming now. But they have to cover their tracks. They got, oh, it's this. It's not that. It's a new. Oh, how do you guys? Are you ever gonna catch on to the Maya? It's always a lie. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's lie, lie, lie. And people keep believing, believing, believing lies. See, that's how attractive Maya is for the masses. You got to have something more attractive for the masses, and we do. See, real truth, you know, will snatch you out of Maya's hand, and she'll be happy about it. Oh, good, it lets people to control. She doesn't like, she really doesn't like this. She's only this. It's like a warden who has been appointed to a jail place, like a prison. So they got their job, right? That's Maya. That's Shiva. It's his job. He works in the prison house, you know. And so the Lord says, "Okay, I'll release people if they will listen to you." See, that's so you got to find the deliverers. That's here. This is this Sunday. You'll be delivered here, and we'll prove it. You give us some time. We'll prove it. We'll prove it. We'll give you the real reformatory process, the real one, the one that lasts forever. See, Radha and Krishna are the real reformation process, man. There are no one better, more quick at it, and more profound with it, and more perfect. And this lasts. This reformation lasts forever. They live in you, and you'll never want to get rid of them. And they'll never want to get rid of you. They get a good customer like you, a good protector like you. They'll want to always be protected by you, and you want to always protect them. Now that's a win-win, man. Wouldn't you say? All that you get here. See? You see what it takes to convince the world. We got to really preach up a storm of truth and ecstasy. Yeah, they wake up from that illusion, but then there's so many other illusions. You'll never get out of the illusion is one way, one door. You want out, you get out completely here. Otherwise, there'll be one illusion. Even this Mayavadi Brahman thing, people preaching, it's still illusion in that. There's illusions in everything but this. See? Everything but God awakening in your heart. Christ, Krishna, Lord. That means devotion awakens. Now you're starting to understand what's really true and real. Otherwise, not. All this stuff is all shimmering glass, shimmering fool's gold. All looks, oh, Brahman, even the lights, and it's still not full enough, not complete. That's why, I'm not interested in liberation. I'm already, I just preach and I chant the word Lord's name, and liberation follows, runs after that. Everything does. All auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is just follows everything, follows devotion, follows the truth, right? Everything follows the truth. The illusion follows the truth. Those who want to get out of illusion follow the truth. I'm following the truth, man. I love to speak about truth. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Sri Krishna recognizes only his devotees and he knows nothing else. To Krishna, there is no one equal in position to his pure devotees.
See, no
All
one equal. This is all true. It- everything you read there is worthy to take note of. A lot of people they hear, but then it takes a while to really get this. That's why I got to put it under. I like to do this. I like to take a magnifying glass and stick it under a word, a verse, and fluff it out, man, because so important. Read that sentence again, the last one.
Krishna recognizes only his devotees and he knows nothing else. To Krishna,
Nothing else. Can you imagine? The Lord only recognizes those kind of. He only recognizes Let's put it in. Let's practical. He only recognizes a Jesus
Son,
Christ. Yeah. And he only recognizes a devotee of Jesus Christ, a devotee of a devotee. And it's the same thing in all the real lines. In our line, he only recognizes a devotee of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. In our line. See? You only recognize him, and they only recognize him. That's why you see my preaching is tough, isn't it? It's really tough to only recognize Radha and Krishna and only real devotees who have them in them. It's really tough to hear that because that just crushes Maya like a tin can. Nobody would dare to crush a tin can. They're afraid that there's some offense in the crushing a tin can. Hey, man, Radha and Krishna not living inside you. I crush it. Crush the misconception. I don't need to crush your body. I crush the body of ignorance. Give me that. See, that's his preaching here. Because why? You got, hey man, you don't find a guru like that. You haven't found the truth. They got to be that first, man. They got to only recognize Radha and Krishna. You got to see it in action, man. It's a verb here, not just some words, flowery word on a page you go over, man. Is this person only recognize Radha and Krishna? Hey, Radhanath, are they in you living? Can we see it? Can we see the rocking and rolling in your temple? There's a rasa dance going on. How about you, all you gurus out there in Gaudiya Smiti? Are you all no shows? We don't see the real show, man. You don't see the real show. You don't know what the real show is, right? The real show is what Lord Chaitanya did, man. What he preached, man. That's the real show. Otherwise, there's a no-show. Who wants to go to a no? Can you imagine you go to a show, you want to see something extraordinary. You pay your money to go see a show, and then you go and you look at the stage and nothing's there. That's Krishna consciousness nowadays, as far as I'm concerned. You go to the show to see Radha and Krishna dance, all you see is nothing. Well, you see the external, you see the flowers and all that. No, I want the show. I want the real show. I want the show that Lord Chaitanya put on. Where is that show? Here. See? That's the show, is the real show, not the flowery show. Okay, that's starting for blind people. That's your little walking stick, man. You can't really see. So do your little ceremonies and fasts and rituals and follow these blind uncles. They call them gurus and all that stuff. You're just all blind followers and blind leaders. Isn't that Jesus? Didn't he talk about that? What don't I talk about that? Why wouldn't I if you're like Jesus? You got to be like that, man. You got to see what he sees. Otherwise, get a step aside, man. If you can't admit that, if you can't show that this guy sees like they see, this guy preaches like they preach. Didn't Prabhupada do a little that? Hey, my God, brothers, you're third class. Oh, that's making it light. He said fourth class. Ooh, that's the guru I follow. Bold. Even Sridhar Maharaj said, my old friend didn't even spare an old friend in his preaching, just smashed me, smashed my false ego. Why would he say that? Why would Prabhupada say anything if he wasn't into smashing false egos? Got to. Otherwise, you're no guru, man. He wasn't even afraid to say something that was truthful about his his god brothers. That was truthful, man. Didn't spare. He called a spade a spade. It was necessary. It's like now, it's necessary. I call my god brothers. Hey man, you're my god brothers. I'm here. This is my duty, man. Point things out. Who's going to do it? You can't do it yourself. Your disciples certainly can't do it. So I got to be the toilet cleaner. I got to take the heat, right? I got to say things nobody has the kahunas to say. I got to point out what nobody can point out to prove my lordships are really here and my lordships are actually your lordships. There's just a little bit thing covering it up. Okay? Hey, man, I got to prove I really got the order of Prabhupada and the blessing of Krishna. Hey, man, otherwise, if it's not provable, then what is the point? You know, it's got to be provable. We got to prove that that this is the real deal here, real ecstasy is here, and real truth is here. See, the truth that dissipates ignorance, all of it, every little scratch of it. You know, why leave anything around? Yeah. Okay, you know what? I think I gotta go. I gotta meet somebody.
Your voice.
Yeah, that too. But I no, I gotta actually. I'd like to. Oh, yeah, that's kind of good. I got to move around a little bit anyway. So yeah, all right. So thank you very much. This was great, man. Thank you. This is, thank you for the privilege to be able to preach these things. You know, I'm indebted to you all for this. Thank
Oh,
you
thank
for
you so
being such
much,
good
Guru
friends.
Maharaj. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you for liking this, Lalita. You know, it's very encouraging to see you enjoying this. If you enjoy this, that means Radha and Krishna are enjoying this. Otherwise, you know,
They
it
love
wouldn't
it.
be any good. So it's good. So let us continue feeding Krishna and they'll feed us. It's a win-win in that way. I tell you, there is nothing greater than what we're doing that I've found. I've been doing a lot of stuff. And you come for a while and you'll see. That's otherwise why are we here like 3.5 hours. I mean, it just went like that, you know. And I
Three,
started late.
three, 3.5, Guru
Yeah,
Maharaj.
3.5 hours. And I started late. I started at 4 o'clock. To me, that's like people think you started 2:30 or 4 o'clock. I said, yeah, well, 4 o'clock would be late for me, you know. Just love this. This is the life. This is it's like the best part of the day. It's the gopi hour. Even the gopis, they like a certain time with Krishna. This is our time, isn't it? Isn't it funny? For me, of course it's later for you, but for me, they like a certain time, and even probably a lot of you, they like to get up early now too.
I think I'm a lazy gopi.
She's a lazy gopi. It doesn't matter with her. They make up the difference with her. She's special case. Okay. All right. I'll see
Okay.
you guys
Bye
later.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.